Hello, hello. I'm just getting the social media posts squared away, and then let's do this thing. I'm excited to pick Psycholonials back up. How about everyone else? Everyone else excited? Yay, Evie! Hi, Squid, I'm gonna look. You're gonna lurk. Oh, no, like, I understand wanting to sleep. I was on stream all night last night with Skull. I am kind of mentally blasted. This is gonna be a fun stream. Okay, let's hop over to OBS. Get my thing set up. Okay, my PNG's working. Okay, let's see. Psycholonials. Start that up. And it's giving me the "this story is not suitable for minors" screen, which, you know, like you do. That's kind of important. Let's see here. Let me get that captured. There we go. Yeah. Evie, there will be a VOD. Don't worry about it. Now let me switch the category. So there we go. We're streaming in the Psycholonials category. And let me just... Okay. And this story is not suitable for minors, because, you know, it ain't. Psycholonials. So last we were here, we got through chapters 1 and 2, and Z was about to get set on by the police. The police all showed up outside the mansion. The police were outside Abby's parents' vacation home. Oh, Corvids, this is actually by, Andrew Hussey, the original creator of Homestuck. We did the first 2 chapters on, last Monday, and we're continuing now with chapters 3 and 4. And, like, I am super into it so far. Everyone has been, like, super into it. So, like, I can give you a crash course on the story, basically. So you've got this person, Z, who's, like, trying to be an influencer, but, like, not the best at it, and like she has a friend, Abby, who's like really an influencer and like good at it, and so Z was gonna go hang with Abby, but like she was driving drunk, crashed. Cop tried to like see what was up. Basically the cop is now dead. She's trying to like get away from being responsible for cop murder. She inadvertently frames a guy who was hitting on her of the murder, and now she's trying to launch a social media brand that's also a clown-themed socialist revolution? And the cops just showed up at Abby, rich influencer friend's mansion where she's hiding out at, who Abby doesn't know any of this happened. Cops just showed up, and they want to see what the we're about to find out what the fuck is going on. So, let's see here, start? Let's see, where we're starting. Oh, chapter 1? No, we want to, where is it? More options. No, how do I load save? Go back. It's here. Main menu. Yes. Load. There you go. There you go. So, yeah, let's see. Where's the chapter? Oh, okay, so that's where we're at. Okay, yeah, okay, end of chapter. Okay, so that we were at the end of chapter 2. It's just... This is gonna play out, because I can't skip this, unfortunately. And... because I want to, like, have the chapter 3 title pop in. Oh, look, you're cool. You're cool. Chapter 3. Wild card. Look, don't worry, you're good. You're good. I just wanted to, like, catch people up on where the story was. Why are the police here? Oh, God. Abby, you can't tell them I'm here. What? Why? Because they're looking for me. That's definitely why they're here. They finally started snooping around my social media, and they connected me with you, and... God damn it, I should have known this would happen. See, what did you actually do? Does this have to do with the Bitcoin stuff? No, not at all. It's worse. I have to hide. I'm going out back to the horse barn. Please, just get rid of them, Abby. I'll explain everything later. The horse barn? No, just stay in my room, please. Don't do anything stupid. I can handle this. No, I can't be in here. What if they have a warrant? I need to hide. Tell them it's unconstitutional to search a woman's horse barn. First of all, it's a stable, not a barn. Oh, so Abby is trying to, Z and Abby are also trying to steal Abby's parents' money through, like, a Bitcoin scam. So, like, that's also happening. I forgot about that. Also, I don't think that's even true. Sure it is. Just, like, keep mentioning the Constitution. The Constitution protects your rights as a horse owner. Just say that until they fucking go away. I'm not talking about the Constitution with a fucking cop. If they don't have a warrant, I'll just make them go away. I'll say I haven't seen you in a while. Then, can you tell me what's actually going on? Yeah, sure, just get rid of those fucking cops. Horse. So far we have the two things Andrew Hussey seems to love the most, which are clowns and horses. You keep an eye out to make sure the police go away. Sure enough, they drive off after what seems like an eternity. Looks like Abby got the job done. Oh... Okay, the cops are gone. I think you have some explaining to do. I can explain. Yes, maybe you can start with your car, and why they found it near a dead cop? I was gonna tell you about what happened that night, but I couldn't bring myself to. We were having a good time, and I didn't want to ruin everything by talking about dead cops and all the shit I went through that night. Was like traumatic. Okay, it sounds like you went through something terrible. So let's just slow it down. I'm not mad you didn't tell me, I promise. But please just tell me everything, because obviously I'm involved now. I need to know everything so we can figure out what to do. Yeah, that's fair. Well, the bottom line is I shot a cop. What? You said you'd be cool. Okay, I will be, but holy shit? When? Was this the night you came over soaking wet? Yeah. Oh god, and that fucking bullet hole. That was a cop bullet. God damn it, I knew that was all fishy. Lamau, you've just been lying your ass off about all this, spinning all these crazy stories about how you shot your own manifesto like it was some manic creative episode, when you were just covering up a cop killing? Please don't be mad at me. You said you wouldn't be mad. I'm not mad, I'm just losing it? It would all be kind of funny if it wasn't so serious. So if I'm understanding right, you actually tried to drive my house that night, even though you were drunk, and I told you not to do that. You crashed somewhere, and a cop came by, and then he shot at you? Yeah. Why? I was trying to grab my manifesto, and I think he thought I was reaching for a gun. So I started mouthing off at him, and he fired. So I, jumped at him? I guess kind of wrestled him for a bit. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I got his gun, and I, shot him a bunch of times. I don't regret it, because he was a piece of shit and deserved it. Yeah, so I'm still not really... Then you got a ride to my place? No, the cop's dash cam probably recorded me, so I took the police car and drove it into the ocean. Oh my fucking god. The puddle! Why, you sneaky bitch. Lol. But yeah, I got an Uber from the wharf after that. Then I kept meaning to tell you, but I could never bring myself to. I just wanted to forget about it, really. I guess I can't blame you? It sounds horrifying. Well, it was. For the pig bastard I shot. Damn. I really need some time to process all this. Wait. The cops showed me a picture of some guy. They asked me if I've seen him before. Oh, shit. That was probably Percy. Percy? The shrimp I was fucking with before I went out that night. Why do they have that guy's picture? Because I gave it to them. See? I know. It was stupid. I called 911 to report my car stolen to set up an alibi, sorta, hey Scully, and they kept asking fucking questions, so I panicked and said he was my ex-boyfriend. I shouldn't have, though. It was the one mistake I made in an otherwise flawless cover-up. I said shrimp because I try not to say the other word on stream. I try not to say that because I don't want to run too afoul of Twitch being kind of sketchy with rule enforcement. Although, honestly, these streams tend to be just a trash fire because this game uses a lot of language. It is not the most friendly for Twitch. Like, one time I said the C-U-C-K word on one of these streams, and it's like... that's a word Twitch probably is not happy with. I shouldn't have, though. It was the one mistake I made in an otherwise flawless cover-up. Lol, flawless. Sure. You should probably tell him he's been implicated in a crime. I've been thinking about it, but if I couldn't bring myself to tell you, imagine how I feel about dealing with him. Also, whatever I say to him, I might just be incriminating myself. I need to think about it more. You also, couldn't have picked a worse possible time to be a fugitive? You just launched a whole social media brand and have a ton of new followers? In fact, that's almost certainly how they connected you with me. I know it is. That's why they came to your house. I'm sorry. See, you really are such a spectacular fucking disaster. I know. God, I'm a complete fuck up, and I'm scared about all this. I don't know what to do except, like, keep fighting. I think that's why I've been pushing so hard with all this brand shit. Why? To fight? Yeah, Z is the one that killed the cop. The black-haired one. Yeah, I don't want to cower. Not from the people who hate me, not from my past, not from the fucking police. Kitten Shop. Hello. Welcome to the stream. You seem new around here. What's up? What's good? You find me through the tag, you find me through, Polka, like, what's up? How you doing? Kitten's from your place. Nice, welcome. I guess this is okay. Not from the people who hate me, not from my past, not from the fucking police. I guess this is the only way I know how. That sort of makes sense. It's pretty risky though, but it's not like any of this was really your fault. You were just defending yourself. Yeah, but they won't see it that way if they catch me. Oh, of course not. But don't worry, I won't let them catch you. Just stay in my house until we can get this to blow over somehow. But from now on, we shouldn't stream or make content together. And don't make it obvious you're posting content out of my house. We can't give the cops any reason to think you're hiding here. You actually think I should keep working on my brand? Of course I do. You're doing great so far. The Jubilate stuff is so, like, crazy and weird. A lot of my fans are really clicking with it. Plus, we're only getting warmed up with our Pranksus efforts. Well, yeah, it would be a shame to pull the plug on that now. Your parents are on the ropes. When all is said and done, what difference is a little more crime gonna make? In for a penny, right? In for a billion. Only $1 billion? That's a chicken feed number. I've been training you too well. I just don't want to see you give up. It would suck so much to let this shitty incident defeat you when you were the one who was attacked. Yeah, more crime. Just keep following your vision. I'll do everything I can to protect you. Alright, I'll keep fighting then. Good. What's next on the Jubilate agenda? I was going to post the next chapter soon. This is where the dogma starts getting dicey. Lol, dicier than Pranksus? Well, not legally dicey. I mean, socially. It's entering the arena of weird gender shit. Kinda skirting the edges of whatever I was ranting about when I got myself fucking cancelled during my nuclear meltdown. Oh no. It should be fine though. I think this is all actually good shit. And fuck the haters anyway. I think the brand is beyond cancellation at this point. They can try their worst, but it all just goes into the discourse machine now. I'll use it to my advantage to keep business booming. Yeah, Kitten, I feel that, like, I'm guessing you're around for me and Skull going for, like, ridiculous hours on stream. I fucking blasted myself last night. Like, we were having fun, but good lord. An 11-hour stream really kinda takes the wind out of you, if you're more used to, like, 3 or 4 hours. That's what I like to hear. I'm excited to see it. When does it drop? I still need to walk everybody through Pranksus. That's a whole fucking thing, as you know. It certainly is. But maybe in a week, they'll be ready for the real truth bombs. Great. I'm happy to hear you have a plan. I was really rattled by the police stuff, but I think if we work together, we can get this under control. Yeah. Oh, kitten construction. Oh. Yeah, that's a lot more work than streaming. I'll say that. Let's just try to forget about all this for today. It's really upsetting hearing about what happened to you. It's fine. I'm benefiting from the healing vibes of Dave Hoof, the true MVP of this outfit. Yeah, he sure is. One week later. Another week slips by like it's nothing. The passage of time is helpless against the momentum of your brand. March toward 1 million followers is inexorable as it is captivating. Even Abby, with her vast following, is taken aback by your rapid rise. You may have captured lightning in a bottle, which is hard to explain. Could it be the intrinsic allure of clowns? The socialist demagoguery? Your unique flavor of showmanship? Or your ability to manipulate discourse and controversy to your benefit? Is it still just a matter of riding Abby's multi-million follower coattails? Or maybe it's just plain pandemic-driven boredom juicing the numbers? No one seems to have the answer, but it's hard to argue with the results. Few have taken to the Jubilite lifestyle with more gusto than Abby herself. In the previous week, she's unveiled her new Clownsona to uproarious acclaim. Apple pie, I don't know. Apple pie is, apple pie, I get it. Apple pie is a hit, and her Clownsona posts are getting higher levels of engagement than even she's used to. That's it. Yeah, Skull. Peace. See you when I see you. And, what's up, Skull? And, yeah. Corvid, it's Andrew Hussey. The clowns are just part of the whole thing at this point. What didn't? What? Oh! You sub. I see the icon, you sub. Thank you for the sub. Yeah. Subscribble. Thank you, Scully. Love you, friend. Something peculiar is going on, which wasn't supposed to happen. Her following is spiking right along with yours. She began at around 3 million, and now it's sitting at 3.5. There's unanticipated synergy between your two brands, which lends something to the claim that you aren't just coasting off her clout anymore. She's starting to get a boost from yours as well. See you, Skull. Enjoy your bedtime. Now that she's figured out radical clown energy is nearly as good for business as fashionably standing certain K-pop groups, she continues hyping your brand with all the more enthusiasm. Your public lessons on Pranksus are a hit as well. Stories of the fandom's implementation of these ideas have begun to circulate, which is becoming a form of content unto itself. Abby's been doing a masterful job of convincing her parents it's all just part of their ploy to own the gullible libs, drive clicks, and take their money. Anyone eavesdropping on her calls with her parents now would be hard-pressed to tell her apart from a staunch Republican. She gives all credit to her mom and dad for training her well on how to sound like them. But tonight, you prepare for something completely different. It has nothing to do with financially subverting the wealthy in a playful manner. You're now delving into the part of your manifesto that engages with the delicate politics of various social constructs. The delivery requires a deft touch, so you take some time to revisit the material before going live with it. Everything is further complicated by the fact that you need to keep a low profile. You set up a streaming studio in the other wing of Abby's house, never doing anything to indicate the two of you are in the same building. You don't even use her Wi-Fi in case they get clever and subpoena Instagram for tracing purposes, or whatever it is they can do. You only stream through your phone's wireless data plan, which is what you're preparing to do right now as it happens. Are you Almost ready to stream? Almost. Just brushing up on all this first. Also, I need to release the chapter itself, which I'll do in a minute. I've gotten so antsy to see how everyone will react to new stuff. Yeah, you've turned into a real discourse dumpster diver. Well, it's all a lot more interesting than the discourse my brand usually gets. Your discourse just revolved around, like, the fact that you're hot, and how good or bad your opinions were on K-pop. I think the occasional horse girl fight would erupt. Yeah, I notice you've been dolled up in your Clownsona paint a lot more often lately, too. Even in your posts. I love my Clownsona. Not that I'm complaining, but it seems like my brand has completely hijacked yours at this point. The Jubilite cultural hegemony is truly a force to be reckoned with. Sure seems that way. All I know is I'm just having a lot more fun with putting your thing in the spotlight than what I was doing before. I think my whole influencer routine was getting a little stale, to be honest. Nothing like a ton of outrageous clown propaganda to liven things up. I'm proud to have fully indoctrinated you. No wonder what... Nope, I misread. No matter what happens from now on, I'll consider you my greatest conquest. Wow. Okay, I just posted the new shit. Let's wait a little while for that to make the rounds. Then I'll start streaming. Do you want to, like, rehearse your message or anything? I usually just wing it the moment I start streaming. It feels more real that way. Oh, that's a mood. That's a mood. I can feel Z on that one. Like, I just go. I just go. Maybe we could talk about it anyway, so it's fresh in your mind? Sure, what do you want to talk about? Well, I read the chapter, and I've mainly been wondering how serious you are about this. About what? Clown gender. Abby, I'm dead fucking serious about clown gender. Lol, I can totally believe that. I mean, I personally think it's interesting and all, but I think a lot of people will probably think you're joking, or like, trivializing a delicate subject. Of course they will. That's good, actually. It'll help drive discourse and pull more people in. But the theoretical foundations of clown gender are totally solid. I think most of our fans will start caping? I'm gonna go with caping. I'm not good with words. Caping for the idea, especially the shrimps. Naturally, you can always count on the shrimps for a strong base of support. I fully expect the shrimps to start identifying as clown gender in their bios. If not, I will be so disappointed in them. I'm sure they won't let you down. Hey, wait, does that mean they're clown pronouns? I actually did come up with pronouns one time, but I never included them in the manifesto. What were they? What were the word's bad. I'm sorry, I had an 11-hour stream last night. I'm a hot mess. What were they? Squeak, whim, whiz. Lamau. I guess I can see why they didn't make the cut. I think if I busted out those clown pronouns, people really would think I was taking a big gender piss. Plus, I think it would get fucking annoying if tons of people started referring to themselves as Squeak and Whimself and shit. There are certain decisions you can make with clown ideology that are just plain irresponsible. Clearly. And we've shown nothing but impeccable restraint by promoting Pranksis. Yeah, Pranksis is just telling everyone to do a bunch of hilarious crimes. It's fine. So if there are no clown pronouns, how do clown gender people refer to themselves? Literally any pronouns are applicable. He, she, they, it's a wildcard gender, like pulling out the Joker card for that part of your identity. Oh, yeah, makes sense. So if I recall, there's a gender triangle? With 3 genders? Male, female, and clown on each point? That's a bit simplistic. You're excluding non-binary from the spectrum. See, look. The pyramid is a gender continuum. The bottom horizontal axis is a spectrum ranging from male to female with non-binary in the middle. That's all standard. I'm gonna say now I disagree with this already. Because, like, non-binary, the whole point is it's not on that spectrum. So, like, I disagree with this. I'm reading the story. But, like, yeah, let's go. Corbin. The bottom horizontal axis is a spectrum ranging from male to female with non-binary in the middle. That's all standard. You position yourself on this axis however you feel like. Then moving up the y-axis takes you closer to clown gender. The higher you go, the less you resonate with the entire concept of gender at all. Okay, so clown gender is just agender. Okay, I got this. I get this. Okay, it's chaotic neutral agender. Got it. Got it. This is just what if Juggalos got weird. Corbin, holy shit. The higher you go, the less you resonate with the entire concept of gender at all. Like, you're transcending the entire conventional spectrum and seeing gender for the farcical social construct it really is. That's why it's clown gender. It embodies a whimsical attitude towards the whole deal. Any pronouns are fine. A true clown gender person wouldn't care what they're called. They embrace all pronouns. Anyone at the peak of the pyramid is a full clown gender individual. After my stream today, I plan to come out as clown gender. Oh, cool. You mean way at the top of the pyramid? Yeah, it'll get the ball rolling on the idea. Then we step back and let the discourse fly. Yes, Mary, this is part of the game. Also, hey Mary, welcome to the stream. It's less of a game and more of like a comic. This is more like a read-along. But is it actually true? Did you identify that way? It's true enough. I mean, I came up with all this shit, didn't I? Wow. I'm so proud you're taking this big step. Lol. Thank you. I'll have to think about where I fit on your pyramid. I don't think I'm clown. I'm too cis-womany for that. Yeah, you are. Take your time with it. Meditate deeply upon my clown gender continuum. One day, Riotous will bless you with an answer. Who? Oh god. I haven't even really gotten into the lore yet. There's so fucking much. He's a mythical clown figure, the first Jubilite who lived millions of years ago. He comes to me in these crazy dreams sometimes, which is where I get most of this from. I'll probably start getting into this stuff in a few weeks. This all sure is something. People will probably flip out about it. I can barely even imagine the discourse surrounding whatever the hell this even is. Like, a story? A religion? Abby, it's a cult. It's a cult. You and Z are starting a cult. You're starting a clown cult. You're starting a socialist revolutionary clown cult. Let's be fucking real with what's going on here. I'm sure it will be complete pandemonium. Deploying this material to the masses is in its own way, is a great form of pranksis, actually. It's like meta-pranksis. So the introduction of pranksis to the world is also pranksis. Jesus. Mary, you're getting Homestuck vibes because it's literally by Andrew Hussey. Alright, ready to start streaming? Here, you can work the camera. Okay. Later. Yeah. It's gonna devolve into something, Corbin. I know that. It's gonna devolve into something. Oh, I just bumped my table. Sorry about that. So, nighttime at the mansion. You both carefully study the aftermath of your clown gender stream for the rest of the day. As expected, the discourse is popping off. Passionate discussion flares up, resulting in a great many truly awful takes, whereas others begin enthusiastically plotting themselves somewhere on your clown gender pyramid. All the most dedicated Jubilites vibe with the material instantly and update their clown sonas accordingly. Mary, can we please not actively acknowledge... Can we not... I don't want to talk about that, like, publicly. I'm sorry. Like, it's fine, just... I'm already in a pretty precarious position streaming a game that's essentially about a cult. I don't want to drag my actual trauma into it. I'm sorry. Like, yeah. We're cool. We're cool. Just like future note. All in all, you consider it a very successful installment of your serialized manifesto, and you celebrate this with your friend in the customary manner, by continuing to loot her parents' supply of preposterously expensive wine. Abby, I have bad news. What? We ran out of wine that costs over $10,000. Oh no. Had to get this one off the fucking bargain shelf. It's only $8,000 according to the web. Mary, actually, hold on. I can delete it if you're really, like, that, like, bent up about it. Give me 1 second. Or wait, can I? Oh, no, I'm not sure if I can because I'm not in mod view, and I didn't have the chat up. Let me see if I can get into mod view and delete it. I might not be able to. I might have to time you out. Wait, no, okay, we're good, we're good. Delete message. There we go. Got you. Had to get this one off the fucking bargain shelf. It's only $8,000 according to the web. Guess we'll have to make do with this will tonight. Unbelievable. Forced to live like common peasants. Yeah. So, Corvid, Minty usually is here to mod, but Minty's not here right now. Yeah, Mary, it'll show up for you because you sent it. Just don't worry about it. Yeah, usually Minty's here to mod. It's just, like, Minty's at her, like, other, like, I can't talk about it. Like, Minty isn't always available for, like, personal life reasons, and that's understandable. And, like, I need to find other people to mod, but, like, for now, that's, like, I don't know who I would give that to, because, like, you know. That's fine, we can rough it for a little while, till our Pranxus ship comes in. Maybe we should debrief on all that tonight. Yeah, it's easy to lose track of our business objectives when everyone's in such a frenzy over clown gender. The reception to my gender pyramid couldn't possibly be better. The discourse is exquisite. Much more satisfying than this discount piss wine for beggars. So, where are we with this? Are you still seducing my mom? Yeah, I'm this close to getting her to want a divorce. Just needs another push or two. How are things going with your dad? Good. I've certainly been talking to him a lot more frequently than he's ever come to expect, which has actually made pulling the strings a lot easier. He's so delighted to be hearing from me often. I think it's made him a lot more willing to believe the stuff I'm saying. Almost makes me feel bad, kinda? Don't feel bad. Remember, these are bad people, actually. Oh, I know, it's hard to forget that, since the role-playing I've been doing has been making me feel pretty gross. Role-playing? Yeah, I've gone really hard in the direction of acting like I've taken a sudden conservative turn in my beliefs. Lol. And, Mary, thanks. Thank Rockwell for the overlay. That was all Rockwell, and they did an excellent job. I mean, I still keep it believable. I still say I hate Trump, and I talk a lot of shit about Biden too, because he's obviously a rapist. Gets a kick out of it when I rant like that, because it wasn't even that long ago he hated Biden too, before he started giving him millions of dollars. I mean, yeah, looks like he's got a new crush. Your dad and Biden. Sounds like an especially torrid old man yaoi fic. Oh no, Mary, Famicom Detective Club starts when we're done with this game. I'm super excited to do Famicom Detective Club. I am super excited to do Famicom Detective Club. But, like, that'll wait for when we're done with this game. Because, like, this is a ride. Ugh, no! But also, yeah, pretty much. So, like, I just go on like that. I barely even talk about Bitcoin anymore. that approach is too ham-fisted. It just makes it obvious I have some weird agenda after a while. Instead, I spend a lot of time trashing our fans, calling them like gullible socialist shrimps who hate America. Well, that's basically what they are. It just so happens they're right to feel that way. Yeah, I just do a lot of sneering at their liberal bullshit, as if my experiences with the fans have really opened my eyes towards sensible conservative thinking. See, the trick is to just take all the shitty things he's ever said about politics and, like, repackage those statements in my own voice and say it all back to him. You'd think it would be suspicious, me suddenly flipping on a bunch of political shit we used to argue about, but I just know how he thinks. He loves hearing it, so he wants to believe it's true. Like, it just confirms his biases, you know? He just assumes I'm growing up, dispensing with my childish political beliefs and becoming the responsible heiress he always wanted me to be. This is genius. You're literally the CEO of fucking Pranksis right now. I feel like a silly baby toying with your mother's heart. No, your angle is so good, and God knows they need a divorce. You're helping them, actually. Yeah, they also have too much money, which turned them into shitheads. So we're doing them a favor by taking it, really. Oh, absolutely. I think I'm about to hit a wall, though. There are diminishing returns when it comes to email seduction. Like, she obviously doesn't suspect at all that this isn't the real guy she's talking to. It's just, I start running out of ammo with the sexting shit. It gets repetitive, and there's no way to up the ante, because it's not like I can call her. Maybe what you need is a voice actor to play the part. It can really be any dude who's willing to bullshit through a fake affair as a rich Republican donor. Even someone much younger, like one of our shrimps maybe? It would have to be someone who wouldn't mind becoming deeply complicit in crypto fraud. That probably describes, like, half our followers? What? Or maybe it could be someone who already is complicit, even if he doesn't know it yet. Z, no! Z, no! Z, no! 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 No. God. Poor Percy. Good lord. You open your previous DM with Percy and pick up where you left off with your drunken conversation, like barely a day has gone by. This time you make sure your flirtation is considerably less hostile, which he appears to appreciate. He's more than appreciative, actually. His instincts as a devoted shrimp seem to be in overdrive now, considering how much clout you've accumulated since you last spoke. You must feel quite special, given that he had a chance to speak with you when you only had a meager following of 1,000 people. This special feeling of elite, ground floor access to you is a factor you can easily work to your advantage. Alright, thank you, Mary. Thank you for being here. Say hi to Ruby for me. Good cat. Love that cat. The special feeling of elite, ground floor access to you is a factor you can easily work to your advantage. By now, you doubt there's much you could ask of him that he wouldn't leap at the opportunity to help you with, and as a dedicated fan of your content, you should be more than thrilled to participate in a scheme which is such a quintessential act of Pranksis. You consider how many shrimps would kill for a chance to be in his shoes. Or if not literally commit a murder, then to at least be framed for one. You decide not to mention your troubles with the law just yet, let alone the fact that you arbitrarily decide to implicate him in the slaying of a police officer. That would really kill the mood. It could also overwhelm him when you really need his wits as sharp as possible, so he can play the role of a wealthy suitor to a middle-aged billionaire woman. After all the flirtatious pleasantries are over, you and Abby retire to the living room as you continue walking him through the play. So, just to be clear, you're asking me to call your friend's mother and engage in various forms of amorous banter. Yeah, but Jesus, Perce, you're gonna have to turn on the charm a little better than that. Okay, I believe I can do that. Remember, a few weeks ago when you slid into my DMs and started hitting on me? Well, I'm not sure I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think you're cool, and God damn it, Percy, you were a very thirsty boy that night. Don't fuck with me on this. I know an eager shrimp when I see one. Your move worked, didn't it? Here I am, talking to you again, asking you to help us out with some super important, mission-critical shit. So it's time to stop doubting yourself. You clearly have some killer Chad instincts or whatever, which even you don't fully grasp yet. Wow. So now I just need you to help the movement by channeling that sick Chad energy toward a rich woman who is extremely lonely and horny. I'll do my best, but aside from participating in a series of sexually charged conversations with this woman, I'm not sure what else to say exactly? I don't have the context for their previous interactions, or know anything about the character I'm supposed to be playing. Don't worry about that. I'll send you copies of all the email chains. I can also send you all the info I have on this guy. He's just some rich douche who gives Republicans a lot of money. She's met the guy once or twice, but otherwise never encounters him, except for these fake emails I've been throwing at her. Yes, research material will be very helpful. Please send me everything you have. Perce, this is fucking amazing of you. Takes some real balls to do this. I hope you know how much I appreciate it. It's no problem, really. Sounds fun, and I'm happy to help. Hey, maybe after you've made some progress with our mark, you can hop a ferry over here. I mean, for real this time. Sorry if it sounded like I was fucking with you about that last time. No, it's okay. Sure, I'd love to. All I'm saying is, life on the island gets kinda lonely, you know? Killer Instinct took a weird turn when they included Chads. Corbin, I'm loving this fucking discourse. Like, fucking, thank you for being here. Like, real lonely. The pandemic isn't helping much either. Feels like an eternity since I, well, socialized. If you know what I mean. Ara ara. Ara ara. Yeah, I do. It's been quite some time since I had any company outside of work, I mean. Just let me know when you'd like me to come. I'll be there. Oh, yeah, that cool Perce. Gotta go, bye. Oh, man. They finally did the thing. Or not. Abby, I don't think It's okay, I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't have... No, it's fine, I don't want to hurt your feelings, it just seems like a bad idea. I just got carried away. I know you're not into me that way. I'm sorry, it's not that, it's just... You don't have to apologize. You're straight, I get it, I know that. I'm just too pushy sometimes. No, it's not like... I'm not even that straight. I don't think you really understand me. I'd like to. Abby, you're like the only person in the world I actually care about? And all that, like, what we just almost did, for me that's not... I don't know, it's certainly not about affection. It's more like... a weapon. Oh, that sounds... sad? Look at what I was just doing with Percy. This guy probably doesn't really deserve any of this. You were just having some fun with him, and he likes it. It's so obvious that being able to help you out is, like, the best thing that ever happened to him. Abby, I fucking framed him for cop murder. Okay, yes, that was pretty bad, but you just panicked when talking to some cops. We can figure out how to deal with that. It wasn't like sending his photo was the result of some diabolical sexual con. You just fucked up, that's all. Yeah, but it only happens because that was the day I began messing with him. Look, all I'm saying is, I'm kind of fucked up about this subject. No matter what happens, I don't want to feel like I'm using that particular weapon against you. Does that make sense? Totally. I have to piss. We really flew through the dollar store wine tonight, didn't we? Lol, yeah. Man, Z is fucked up, like, emotionally right now. I feel bad. Oh no. Influencers seen it. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that's chapter 3. This is all heading somewhere. And somewhere ain't good. Ooh, another interlude. Uh-oh. Looks like the authorities are finally closing in. You knew this was coming, right? You've been sloppy, Jen. You set up a shoddy alibi, pinned the shit on an innocent shrimp for some reason, and started babbling to a first responder about the witness protection program, for God's sake. Hey, Minty, welcome, welcome. So Corvid and I were talking earlier about how I need a mod because Mary accidentally, publicly voiced my, cult trauma in the chat, and I had to, run over and delete it really quickly. Corvid, DM me about that. I don't want to lose track of that. I will look into that. Lol, we're not exactly dealing with a, master criminal here, but I will say this much. We are dealing with a criminal who's got guts. Yeah, no, Minty is cool. It's not like, I'm not getting, fucking brigaded or anything. It just would have been handy to have someone to, pop that message off, as quickly as it popped up. And, I appreciate you're here now. Thank you. And wherever there exist people with guts, there exist people who stand a chance. It took guts to dump that car in the Sound. It took guts to play it cool and start a kick-ass media empire out of the house of a highly visible internet celebrity. And it will take even more guts to manage a brand with 1 million followers while you're a wanted felon making national headlines. So maybe it's time to put those guts to use? Maybe you're ready to make a real choice. You could always delete your account and pretend this never happened. That'd probably save you a ton of trouble. Or you could charge full steam ahead. Fuck the news, fuck the haters, and fuck the police. There's no force in heaven or earth that could slow your brand down now. Drink water. I always forget to get water. I always forget to get water. Oh, god damn it. I will do a rain check on the water. I will drink 2 whole fucking cans of seltzer as soon as this is over. I really don't want to walk away from stream right now. Minty, you know I'm good for the water. Hold me to that. Ooh, translator, got you. But yeah, I will get the water after stream. Thank you for the reminder. I have been drinking fluids, because, after yesterday, I kind of need it. Yeah, so, or you can charge full steam ahead. Fuck the news, fuck the haters, and fuck the police. There isn't a force in heaven or earth that could slow your brand down now. So what'll it be, Jen? And again. Haha, whoops. Okay, this is my fault. I knew damn well this wouldn't work. If I'm being totally honest, I just wanted to say hello again, to remind you I exist, to remind you what the stakes are. The facts have remained unchanged, though. The ability to make meaningful choices in this story are still only allowed to be unlocked by a true successor. That still ain't you. But it does look like you're making some progress, so don't give up hope just yet. I'll check back in on you soon enough. Just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Oh, that's not good about the fridge. I hope you sort that out, Minty. And I think we both know what that's gonna be, lol, cause you're a fighter, Jen. That's what I love about you. Chapter 4. Symbol of Strength. Oh, I'm gonna go off for a second. I want to say something. I noticed that when Skull Prime subbed, it was the regular sub badge, not the founder badge. I don't know if you don't get founder badges for Prime subs, or if I just have 10 people who subbed without it being a gift, and so I'm out of founder badges. But if I'm out of founder badges, that's really cool. Like, I appreciate every single person that, like, subscribes and, like, gives money for this bullshit. And, like, the idea that 10 people, without it being gifted, decided to do that at any point. I love everyone. You just bought sandwiches that need to be fridged, so thank fuck for the hallway freezer. Yeah, that's good. So, here's the mansion. As an outlaw in the national spotlight, you've had to adapt your lifestyle over the last couple weeks. You can only assume the police have been keeping an eye on Abby's house. Rather than trap yourself in your studio around the clock, you've worked out a means of getting outside while staying under the radar. You slip out the back and head toward the beach. Abby was kind enough to provide you with her most expensive vehicle, the 2017 Bentley Continental, parked about 5 minutes down the coast. It's the least she could do, you think, given the life of austerity you've been otherwise forced to live as a fugitive. I've never had ketchup chips. They're mainly a Canada thing. Soon enough, you'll need some automotive mobility for practical purposes, but for now, it's good just to get out of the house and drive so you can think. So much has happened in the past couple weeks, it's hard to keep track of it all, but you guess that's just life now. A little time alone behind the wheel of a luxury vehicle should help you organize your thoughts. Since you relaunched your brand, never in your wildest dreams did you imagine having more followers than Abby, let alone leapfrogging over her so quickly. Her following has been ticking up steadily too, but it's nothing compared to the rate of your fandom's growth. You are the star of this circus, and now even Abby's fanbase has to admit she's become a close-orbiting satellite to your brand rather than the other way around as it once was. Something about the chaotic energy of the Jubilite craze, combined with the drama of the dead cop scandal, has resulted in transforming your social media presence into phenomenon status. The media has become obsessed. It's fascinating to many for its unusual and incendiary ideological focus, and just as captivating to others for resembling a slow-motion train wreck. There is a sense among your millions of new followers that the more sensational criminal elements surrounding the daily drama of your brand will only get worse, and people are here for it. You adamantly deny the accusations, of course, and expertly weave those denunciations into your performance to magnify the attention to your accounts. Since the natural targets of your screeds are the corrupt government, corporations, and the police forces around the nation, which only serve to protect their power and wealth, it's been pretty easy to conjure a narrative framing these accusations as an attempt by powerful forces to silence you. Tomatoey vinegar flavor. Minty, if you ever, send me a box of stuff, like I sent you the box of stuff, give me some goddamn ketchup chips. Also some all-dressed chips. Just give me all the shit Canada has that the US fucking doesn't. I want to try that shit. Like, I'd really appreciate that, actually. Yeah, all dressed as a Canada thing. Yeah, that's a Canada thing. That's like, they don't do that in the United States. That, like, I've had those, like, maybe once from, like, some snack box that threw them in as, like, a weird Canadian thing. No, I don't want the fucking Mr. Noodles. No. No. God. I'm just like, anything that you know that... Anything you know that we don't have that you do have that you think I'd like fucking hit me. I'd be really excited to, like, see what you pick out. By the looks of it, most of your followers are willing to believe your denunciations, and not many of them were big fans of law enforcement to begin with anyway. It's just more fuel for your showmanship, a story that's easy to sell to a hungry crowd. Almost as easy to sell as Abby's parents have been on your recent Pranksus efforts. Yeah, Minty, we can talk about this after stream. But, like, yeah, I'd love to, like, for you to, like, send me, like, a weird, crazy snack box. On that front, it's been like shooting fish in a barrel. Abby has her dad deeply concerned about market volatility and selling off huge amounts of stock to buy Bitcoin, which he then enthusiastically funnels into your spoof wallet. You and Percy have been working her mom, who's been doing the same thing with a totally separate spoof wallet unbeknownst to her husband, in anticipation of carving out a portion of their assets, which she can make off with after the imminent divorce. Every time they make new deposits, you're sure to quickly reroute those funds to offshore accounts under your control. Meanwhile, you maintain fake back-end sites for them to look at, which makes it appear their deposits are still secure. They're both so caught up in the process, it hasn't even occurred to them to wonder if they're being robbed. Percy's been an invaluable accessory to the ruse. He now needs minimal instruction to play the role of Abby's mom's lover. They exchange racy photos and text messages frequently between their phone calls. You've had a lot of fun photoshopping the head of the man she believes she's talking to on a body shot sourced from amateur porn. Nice. You get some pretty steamy pics back from her in return, but you spare Abby the trauma of sharing those with her. Percy has made plans to come to the island tomorrow to help out with some new projects you're working on. Having another set of hands will be helpful as you move into more ambitious phases of your brand's development, especially while you're trying to keep a low profile. Of course, it's nagging at you that the police have his photo. You still haven't told him. You just can't seem to find the right moment. It would be such a downer having to explain something like that when you're both having such a good time swindling billionaires. You'll get around to it someday. Besides, he knows perfectly well you're connected to a murder in the news, and now he must know how deeply implicated he is in a fraud scheme as well. No matter what you have or haven't told him, he has to understand the truth. There's no going back. For old time's sake, you head down the street of your apartment. You haven't seen the place in weeks, not since the night this all began. No squad cars anywhere. Not surprising, since they've probably taken all the evidence they need from your place already. You suppose that means there's no reason to even try entering anymore. All your stuff, your beloved posters, liquor bottles, and nasty macaroni pots, it's all probably in an evidence room somewhere by now. You never liked the place much, but it's still sad to think that chapter of your life is over for good. You head back to the remote parking spot Abby found for you and begin your shoreline track back to your hideout. You're in no hurry. The scenic walk gives you more time to think about the big plans you have brewing and the preposterous amount of newfound financial flexibility you have to put them into motion. If only Percy knew what you really had in store for him on this island. Abby too, for that matter. But it's better to reveal your more ambitious ideas to people in smaller doses. Oh no, there's the dead dad again. She's hallucinating. This is giving me some Omori vibes. And he's gone. Later. How much did they deposit today? Your dad put in around 350 million. Your mom only about 100 million. But that's actually a lot for her. The biggest deposit she's made yet. Wow. I can't believe how casually these people peel off another 100 million bucks like it's a $10 bill. Money seems so abstract and meaningless to them. No wonder this is turning out to be easy. I'm not sure I would call it easy. I feel depraved pretending to talk like a Republican. Saying some of the shit I've said has made me feel so much dirtier than if all we were doing was stealing money. At least your side of the operation is more fun. I'm hardly even doing anything anymore. Percy's been doing most of it lately. He's coaching her very well on working their assets. He's turning out to be a pretty good con artist. Well, that's only because you are, and you're the one coaching him. No, I've barely talked to these people at all, except for initially seducing your mom in a shitty email chain. You're the one who somehow turned your dad into a slobbering crypto junkie. Dude literally believes our entire economic system is on the brink of collapse and Bitcoin is the only safe haven now. It's true, he's really obsessed with this project now. To be fair, our entire economic system actually is on the brink of collapse, but whatever. Oh, I did the wrong voice there. He won't even be affected by the collapse because all his money will be gone by then. Yeah, how much do we have now? At least $5 billion. Fuck! That's so much! It's certainly nothing to sneeze at. And you're absolutely sure it's like ours? Yes. Except for what they deposited today, none of the money is still in my spoof wallet. I resell the coins quickly and spread it all out across a bunch of foreign accounts. What, you actually just opened up a bunch of Swiss accounts or some shit? Like in the movies? Well, they're not mine exactly. They're all in your name. It's less suspicious that way since, you know, you're actually a rich person. And I'm a fucking wanted felon. When you look at it that way, I guess this is all really just an elaborate early inheritance scheme. Yeah. So they can't see that you're just sucking the bitcoins right out after they put them in? No, they only see what I want them to. The wallet's made it look like the coins are still there. They'll only run into a problem if they try to sell them. And I don't see that happening soon. Your folks are awfully bullish on crypto suddenly. When you say their money's all going to be gone, are you really going to try to get all of it? That would be ideal, but we're going to hit a wall soon. I don't think even your dad is dumb enough to convert his entire fortune into Bitcoin. And Percy tells me it sounds like the remaining assets are going to be a lot harder to move. Much less liquidity than whatever they've been trading to buy the coins we got so far. He must be in really deep with my mom to find out anything like that. Oh, yeah, he is. I mean, we both are. We tag team this. I listen in on his calls with her and sometimes text him notes on where to steer the conversation. God. I am also in charge of supplying the thirst trap shots. What? Abs, this courtship is at a whole nother level now. Percy's putting on quite a show with his very masculine, Republican-sounding voice. Naturally, there's gonna be some sexting, too. Like, with actual photos. Percy's sending my mom nudes? No. I just photoshopped them. It's easy to find face shots of this real dude she thinks she's talking to. I just paste them on top of, like, amateur porn. Lamau! And boy, does she reciprocate. I must say, Abby, your mother is one hot bitch. Oh, Jesus. I'm not sure I want to see any of this shit. Oh, I wasn't planning on sharing my gallery of your slutty mom shots, don't worry. It's my private collection. Oh my god, you mischievous whore. Anyway, I can see where you get it from. Fucking yowza. Lol. Yeah, she's quite attractive. I mean, she was a trophy wife once upon a time. Almost feel sorry for her, developing a sort of kinship with her, actually. Why? Because we both want to rip off your dad. It just so happens I'm the only one actually succeeding. Heh. Whatever. She can take solace in the fact that her daughter turned out to be 1,000,000,000 times the gold digger than she ever was. That's true, it turns out I'm quite rich. And I had to do even less to get my shady funds than my criminal dad did. Now all I need is my own trophy wife. Hey now, let's be clear. Who would be whose trophy wife? If anything, you'd be mine since I have way more clout now. Excuse me, Z, but didn't I just hear you say all these bank accounts are in my name? Damn, you're right. I guess I don't know whose fucking money this really is. Well, according to the tenets of Praxis, nobody really owns it. It's all fake shit, just like gender and all the other stuff you like to rant about. Money is just little numbers on computers mostly, moving around all the time, but not really doing the world much good. So we might as well move it our way and make some better things happen. I can't believe how thoroughly I've converted you to Jubilitism. And I thought your parents were supposed to be the easy marks, falling for all this Bitcoin shit, but you make them look like stone-faced skeptics. Lol, well, I have to keep sucking up to your whole clown religion if I want to be your trophy wife someday. How else am I going to cash in on my own money? Oh yeah, Minty, no, you missed the whole thing. There's this, fucking, concept of clown gender that's basically, chaotic neutral agender. So the way the game described it was, you have, the gender binary, non-binary is in the middle, which I disagree with, but then if you go up off of the binary, you end up in clown gender, which is basically, fuck it, any pronouns, I don't care, gender is fake, social constructs are fake, everything's fake, fuck it, he, she, they, it, I don't fucking care. Yeah, clown gender. I can, try and find the picture. I need to go back, a whole chapter, but, you know. Legit. You can watch the VOD. It's good shit. Oh, that's extremely fair. Carry on with your ass-kissing, then. You haven't even heard the good shit yet. What's the good shit? Advanced lessons in Praxis. If you like what we've already been doing, the advanced shit would knock your socks off. Oh, Lord. Yeah, gender is a joke. These are the types of methods we'll need to start employing if we want to get the rest of their money. Plus, a lot more from other sources. They aren't exactly the only billionaires in the world, you know. Unbelievable. You've got 5 billion in the bank and you just want to keep hustling? Hell yeah. We're on a mission here. Why slow down? I just can't even imagine what you're planning on doing with all this money. You can't even show your face in public because you're a cop killer. Doesn't matter if you can't imagine it. I can. It all just feeds into more Praxis. More money, more publicity, more financial influence and leverage around the world, more Praxis. Alright, but what if we slowed it down a bit and just tried to enjoy this more? I feel like I keep coming back to that. This was supposed to be fun. It is fun. Praxis is fun. It is its own reward. You know why people play pranks? Because that shit's fun. Okay, I can't argue with that. But it's also very risky, high-stakes stuff, and I don't know, there's other stuff to think about. Like what? Yeah, they are literally going to end up destroying capitalism as a joke. I think that's the plot, yes. Well, I have ideas too. Oh, do you now? Since when? Since always. I'm full of ideas. Not sure I like hearing this. I'm not getting myself a trophy wife so she can do a bunch of thinking. Well, fuck you. I'm not gonna be your trophy wife. Either you're gonna be mine, or the marriage is off. Holy shit. Yes, ma'am. So tell me your huge brain ideas. When you're done with my dick flattening, I mean. I've been thinking a lot about your clown gender stuff. Yeah? Yes, it all sounds so silly at first, but it's kind of a brain worm. I've been considering where I fit on the triangle. And what have you decided? Well, I don't know if anything fully speaks to me yet, and I just wonder if some adjustments could be made to the system. Adjustments? Yeah, I mean, since it's kind of a silly system that you just pulled out of your ass anyway. Abby, I did not pull this out of my ass. It's extremely serious. Oh, sure, saying you identify as clown-gendered is the most serious thing in the world. Who could argue with that? You know what I mean. Yeah, I know you believe in the ideas, I'm just saying. Since you're so creative and all, and extra serious about gender philosophy, maybe you could, like, do something with horse gender? Horse gender? Yeah, why not? Abby, that is patently absurd. No, it's not. Not any more absurd than clown gender. But it doesn't have to be, if you actually think about it and make it work. Come on, can't you do it for me? I think you just want to identify as horse gender no matter what logic I come up with. So what if I do? Isn't that my right? Well, yeah, it is. Maybe you have a good point. God damn it, I can't believe I'm letting you strong-arm me into revising my manifesto extemporaneously. Nobody would even know you're revising it. You could just be releasing a new chapter, elaborating on it. Kind of like how you're still going to unveil Advanced Praxis or whatever. That's true. Right, give me a minute. Let me sketch some ideas. This is escalating. Holy shit. Holy shit, hussy. So, by this logic, would all the VTubers be like the animals, they're gajinkas of gender? Would I be squid gender? Would maybe be deer gender? Like, where are we going with this? Would B be fox gender? Oh no, Skull. Skull, can't fall asleep, send help. I'm all the help you need, baby. Ara ara. Ara ara. You and Abby head right back to the gender drawing board. She's given you an interesting challenge, handed you an oddly shaped shoe, if you will, and it's your job to make it fit. After playing with your continuum a bit, you decide to stay with the pyramid format. You don't want to revolutionize your own system too much, since everyone's already acclimated to the logic of a pyramid. Your goal is to enrich everyone's understanding of gender, not vex them with increasingly convoluted nonsense. After a couple hours, you think you have something workable here. You and Abby are too excited about it to sit on it, though. You decide to improvise a livestream right now to inform everyone of your astounding new breakthroughs. I'm sure you'll all be thrilled to hear I've made some astounding new breakthroughs on the Jubilite philosophy of gender. I just have 2 words to say. Horse gender. Okay. Anyways, I fell asleep and woke up again enough times on the couch. Those mini naps are now powering me, and I can't fall asleep. This is my working theory. Oh, no, Skull, I have the opposite problem. If I stay up all night and then I sleep, then, like, if I, like, sleep and then wake up, like, in the morning instead of at night, I'm even more tired than before I went to sleep. It fucks me up really bad. So, like, I know the general vibe you're going for. Okay. As you can see, the pyramid-shaped continuum remains intact, but the y-axis has been expanded to go even lower, which means that while horizontally we have the conventional male-female gender spectrum, vertically we now have the clown-horse gender spectrum. Both axes are of course a fluid spectrum, and you can position yourself anywhere on this continuum that feels true to your experience. So, what's horse gender? Glad you asked. It represents the extreme counterpoint to clown gender, where clown gender embodies a whimsical, absolute lack of identification with the conventional gender spectrum, or even the entire idea of gender. Horse gender is the total opposite. It means extreme identification with any given gender on the horizontal axis. So if you're a horse-gendered male, it means you're saying you feel extremely male, or if you're a horse-gendered woman, you're like, God damn, am I a fucking woman? Yeah, we've just invented new gender fluid, guys! We've invented the new Digibento Gender Fluid 2, the sequel. This time, instead of mixing fox juice and whatever Viry produces, we've also incorporated, hear me out, antimatter sourced from Minty's arm! We just take the antimatter out of Minty's star shiny arm thing and just inject it into the gender fluid. Sorry, Minty. I just thought as shit came to me, I'm just like, my brain is going brr. I'm sorry. Are you actually upset? I'm sorry. Yeah, dear girl matter is the key to gender fluid 2.0. I guess an example of that would be like TERFs? I mean, don't take that too literally. I don't want to taint horse gender for everybody right out of the gate. You could also be, hello, woman identified without being weird and turfy about it, and that would still be a totally valid horse gender feeling. Like my friend Abby, she's a proud horsewoman. So I think you get the idea? Move up the scale toward clown, you hardly give a fuck. You're a wild card, untethered from this maddening social construct. Move down towards horse, and you're digging in. Where clown is a symbol of whimsy, horse is a symbol of strength. You're like, hell yeah, I'm this fucking gender, and that's cool. And there's nothing wrong with that. The system accounts for it. All points on this continuum are equally valid. And notice in the middle of the scale, vertically, between horse and clown, that's just the average gender spectrum. That's where you are if you don't feel super strong or weak about your identity either way. And if that's you, also fucking valid. So, having said that, allow me to illustrate some examples of putting this into practice as I see it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Now, I don't claim to speak for these people. You should try to see these as, like, my headcanons? I guess they can come forward and set the record straight if they want. Post, I'm looking at you. Just joking, man, you don't gotta. But you can. Oh my god. J.K. Rowling is horse female. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Who's the one that's, like, non-binary half-clown? I can't tell who that is. I can tell we've got, fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We've got Obama. I don't... Corvid, I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember. What else is going on with this shit? Let's see. Kinda think the Obama placement is a no-brainer. J.K. Rowling, too. Now that's a horse-gendered woman, if there ever was one. Hey, what do you want from me? She gets up to all this fucking turfy shit. Seems to me if she wants to park herself in a barn and make a big turfy bed made out of, like, hay or whatever and wacky gender essentialism, then she's more than welcome to do that. It just lands her on the horsewoman point of the triangle, all I'm saying. Go on and let her whinny, or don't. Drag her to the glue factory if you really want. I'm not here to police your online activism. I'm only here to report on all the good shit when it comes to my kick-ass gender pyramid. The point is, all this is accounted for in the diagram. Know this and be free. Alright, is that enough of fucking that yet? You bet it is. We are in some, like, weird fucking shit. Yeah, we're gonna take J.K. Rowling to the glue factory. You know, we you know, for purposes of Twitch, I'm not actually advocating for the murder of J.K. Rowling. I am playing into the jokes the game is making. Thank you. For legal reasons, this is a joke. Oh no. Oh no, Z is having a hallucination space dream again. There's the space. We're going to space. Gonna see the space boy again. The space daddy. You have been doing very well. And that's the dream. And that's not the dream, because now there's the dead dad again. And now they're gone. The next day... Oh god, the static at the beginning of that song. Feels like this whole thing is balanced on the head of a pin. You check your phone and notice the date happens to be the 20th of May, exactly 1 month since the night you went on that fateful drive with your manifesto. Today, Percy is scheduled to arrive so he can assist with new projects. You wait for his ferry from inside the Bentley, parked at a distance to stay out of sight. You haven't been here since the night you disposed of the squad car. You find yourself glancing in that direction now and then. You have no idea if they dredged the car out of the water yet, or if they even figured out that's where it ended up. That incriminating dashboard camera footage was probably completely wiped out after being submerged in salt water for weeks. You guess you're relieved about that, but then, with the amount of hysteria there is about this case in the media, that footage hardly seems to matter anymore. You're who they're looking for, and nothing can change that. Yes, so... Skull. So, like, Hussey came up with horse gender and clown gender, but I appreciate the joke of just, oh, Hussey invented gender. Like, that's the fucking vibe. All you can really do now is make sure you don't get caught. There's Percy. There's Percy. He radiates the nervous energy of an eager shrimp. He looks around for you, but of course you won't be getting out of the car. You'll just text him to come find you. Oh shit. Shit. The cops must have been waiting for Percy to arrive before making their move. Were they tracking him from the mainland too? How did they figure out who he was? Maybe they ran some facial recognition software on the photo you sent, and something finally turned up in their system. Whatever the case, this won't do at all. They take him into custody, interrogate him, and take his phone. This is all over. They'll close in on you and Abby in no time. Minty, I will say I disagree with the gender chart for the simple fact that I don't see non-binary as being in the middle between male and female. I think that, like, really non-binary is sort of separate from that. Oh, Sprite Squid. Like personally, my whole vibe is, like, non-binary literally is not on the binary. You're saying, like, I am not male, I'm not female, I'm not necessarily in between, I'm just other. It's another category that all the other shit falls in, you know? Like, if you're, like, demi, or if you're, like... bi-gender, like, I could get that being in the middle, but while those are non-binary identities, I wouldn't put non-binary explicitly in the middle. Maybe. Minty, maybe I could feel that. Whatever the case, this won't do at all if they take him into custody. Oh, I already read it. You need to deal with this. Now. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. CRC. Non-binary is, what is your gender on the scale of 1 to 10? Roughly a polystyrene cup full of leaves in an oven. Yeah, that's about right. More clown murder, let's fucking go. Fucking, I don't want to condone that, but sure. Yep, that's what I thought was gonna happen. Yeah, this is going about as well as I expected it to. Oh no. 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 Yeah, this is getting bad. Z, calm down. Holy shit. Well, this... Yeah, and there's a guy with a camera. Yeah, this is fucked. You need to get off the street. Fast. Your car is totaled, and Abby's house is too far away. You look around for shelter, any place at all that could get you out of broad daylight for a little while. You just remember the restaurant you used to work at is down the street. Hopefully the owner still has it shut down due to the pandemic. They are absolutely fucked. That would be an ideal hideout for the rest of the day while this blows over. You head down the alley to the back entrance. There's a good chance it's locked, but that shouldn't be a problem. Well, that's one way to fix that problem. Yeah, there's 9 chapters. We're on chapter 4, I think? Corvid, if you're paying attention, a lot of people are feeding off of the fact that, like, you know, cop shit bad. So, like, this might just ramp things up. It's dark inside. All the tables and chairs are put away. Looks like no one set foot inside here since the last day you waited tables. Perfect. Well, perfect for hiding, but in most other ways, far from perfect. This is a fucking mess. There's no drowning the evidence for what you just did this time. You murdered 2 cops, out in the open, and the dashboard camera surely caught it this time. There are a few eyewitnesses as well. You'll be hearing about this on the news before the end of the day, no question. Maybe within the hour. Corvid, Abby's, mother hasn't actually seen what Percy looks like. They were photoshopping in the face of one of, her actual, like, political donors. You revisit your memories of working at this restaurant with a mysterious pang of nostalgia. You used to hate this place. You resented the tourists, the bad tips, the shitty boss. But seeing it empty and dark like this, it reminds you that things may never return to the way they once were. They certainly won't for you after what you just did. You nearly forgot about Percy. He stands there, shaking, terrified, still cuffed. You just realized he probably assumes he was just arrested for his involvement with Bitcoin fraud. Maybe you have some explaining to do. Hey, Percy, are you okay? Oh man, you're bleeding, damn. Wait, well no, that's just my blood. I guess I fucked myself up in the crash. Whew, I thought one of my bullets got you. Listen, there's something I need to confess. You know, I've been saying all those cop-killing accusations were lies. Well, actually I did it. I killed the cop in self-defense and covered it up. I mean, maybe that's not the stunning news I think it is, considering, like, I just shot 2 cops right in front of you to bust you out of custody. Lamau. Okay, that's not actually what I wanted to confess. See, the reason they arrested you is... Man, why is this so hard to admit? Cops got your picture because I roped you into all this Bitcoin scam shit. Haha, that's all what it was. It's all my fault. I got you into this mess. I suckered you into a pranksters racket. Now you're a wanted felon, just like me. In my defense, I was just having too much fun scamming those rich boomers with you. You're a natural at it, and I was on such a roll making fake amateur nudes in Photoshop and shit. Maybe this sounds selfish of me, but I wouldn't change a thing, even though it got you in trouble with the law. Well, got us both in trouble. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. And I know how you must be feeling. I've been feeling it for weeks. That sense that your life is never going to be the same again. That you'll always be looking over your shoulder. That the name Percy is forever going to be associated with these crimes. And that there's nothing left to do but keep fighting until the threat is fully destroyed. But here's the good news. No matter how much the media drags the name Percy through the mud from now on, we both know there is no Percy anymore. Percy died today. You are no longer a humble human shrimp. You're a jubilite, now and forever. You are Perse. Oh no. Jesus Christ. This guy is probably fucking terrified. End of chapter 4. End of chapter 4. Well, we're only halfway into the stream. We ended chapter 4. If y'all don't mind, I really need to use the restroom, and I need to get some water because Minty redeemed that. So I'm gonna start Words on Stream, and I'm gonna be right back. Chapter 5, Stuck Pig. Okay, let me just get Words on Stream set up. Let me just copy link. Where's Words on Stream? There it is, properties. Okay, entertain yourselves. I will be back soon. I'm back. I am back. I'll just let this timer run out, and then we will get back to the thing. Syncing last hits. Okay. So let's get back to the game here. Okay. We're gonna do the end of chapter 4 thing again. I fucked up. Music. Thank you. Sprite Squid is not over for another few minutes, I think. 12 minutes ago. It's not quite over yet. Sprite Squid is not quite over yet. I've been keeping an eye on it. Chapter 5 of 9. Stuck Pig. The next day. You couldn't go back to Abby's house after your second and third cop murders of the year, and Abby couldn't exactly stay where she was either. The police would surely be knocking on her door again soon, especially considering it was her Bentley which was used to ram the car of the slain officers. So you rented an Airbnb close to your old restaurant and walked there once it was dark. Abby drove to meet you at the house, which is where you're all staying now until you can think of a better plan. This footage is showing up everywhere I look. It's so surreal. How did we even get here, Z? We got here because the shitheads don't know when to stop pushing it. I know that footage makes it look like I'm just icing these cops like a hardened criminal, but could I just remind everybody this only started because a cop almost murdered me in cold blood? I was just defending myself that night. That's all I was doing yesterday, too. I was defending Perce, too, because he didn't do shit. Well, I mean, aside from helping us rip off your parents, but that's a victimless crime anyway. And Percy looks happy, but also dead inside. Oh my god. Yeah. You're right. It's not even that you're wrong about any of that. It's just... God damn, we are in so much trouble now. Lol, well, yeah, the cat is pretty much out of the fucking bag now, isn't it? There's really no denying it anymore now that the footage has made the rounds in the media. They're in a frenzy over it. I'm thinking of just coming clean and telling our fans the original story. Are you sure that's a good idea? Abby, have you even seen the discourse around this? Like, obviously, corporate media is painting me as a bad guy, but everyone else, like, the people who actually matter to our movement, they're talking about me like some kind of folk hero. The fucking uwu translator. This mishap is actually incredibly good for business, just like it was when the news story came out linking me to the first dead cop. It's not even like I planned this shit, but it turns out waging war against the police is entirely compatible with the brand we're building here. I know that. Can you see where I'm coming from, though? I'm just scared about what could happen to us. Like, we're in so deep with these money crimes, too. What if they find out about that? Oh, Abby, they did find out. That's why the cops busted Percy, remember? I thought they busted him because you sent them a photo of him once. Okay, yeah, but that was an accident. Like, yes, Perce, I should have mentioned one time I fucked up and accidentally let a photo of you slip. But I didn't give your name or anything, and it was an innocent mistake. So maybe that's why they busted you? Who can even really say at this point? And anyway, I made a daring rescue attempt and killed your captors, and now here you are. So everything's cool, right? We're cool? Yeah, Percy is just like... Percy, good lord. This poor guy. Percy's just like... My entire life is a disaster. Everything's falling apart in front of me, but, fucking ladies. It's like, I like girls. Except it's destroying his life. So, I'm confused. Did the cops find out about our Bitcoin scams or not? I mean, probably not. I doubt it, actually, but when you think about it, what crime is even being committed? To be honest, on paper, it really just looks like a father has been working with his daughter to buy a bunch of Bitcoins. And the money just wound up in a family account. Your account. If they want to prove a crime was committed, I guess they can try, but from where I'm standing, it looks like cop murder caught on tape is the crime they're prepared to take a lot more seriously. Yeah, which doesn't actually make me feel much better. I can't even go back to my house now. What about my horse? I need to feed him. Don't worry about Dave Hoof. We'll figure out a way to get that boy fed. I'll make sure he's the fattest horse on the island when all is said and done. I'm working on solutions to all of this. Not to doubt your master plan, but what could possibly be the solution to this? Are you going to use our billions to buy off the police? No way. I'm not giving the cops a fucking dime of our hard-earned money. My plans are already in the works way before yesterday's incident. I wish you'd actually let me in on all your secret plans. I'm your partner in crime. You're supposed to be able to trust me. I do trust you, Abs. I just don't always want to overwhelm you with too much information. You've been doing so great with your dad. It would be a shame to clutter your head with new things to worry about. Well, now my head is really cluttered because of certain police assassinations taking place in broad daylight, captured on videos, which are now going viral. So, can you just tell me what's going on? Also, Sprite Squid is over. Sprite Squid is over. You'll see. We're gonna get some help soon. This is actually why I had Purse come yesterday. I'll need a hand coordinating this. What do you mean, help? Oh no, your cough is getting worse. I really hope it's not. I'm sure it's not that. I've just been pushing too hard. Shooting cops, scurrying around, catching a little cold, that's all. Besides, I've been checking my toes out every day. Not a single COVID toe in sight. I don't think that's really an indication of anything. I'd suggest you get tested, but man, even people who aren't fugitives can barely get tested. Don't worry, I'm fine. Pretty sure I've got, like, herd immunity by now or something. A single person can't have herd immunity. I thought you're supposed to be smart. Think again, bitch. Anyway, I don't want to be late for this thing that's about to happen. Come on, Purse, time to go for a drive. Percy is just traumatized. I feel bad. I feel really bad about this, like, whole thing. Also, yes, I'm drinking water. I don't understand the COVID toe thing. You and Percy head to Abby's car. She bought a BMW this time, which is a bit less noticeable than cruising around the island in a Bentley. They're a dime a dozen around here. You'll miss the Bentley, though. It served you well, especially in its final moments when it was used as a several $100,000 battering ram. Oh, yeah, CRC, I figured it was a circulation thing, but I wasn't sure. I hadn't actually, like, heard of that. Percy has no idea where you're going. All you can do is glance at your phone sometimes, which you're holding for navigation purposes. You've set the destination for a place near Jackson Point, which is one of the westmost parts of the island. A place that can facilitate boating activity in a way that's much more discreet than anything going on by the docks near the downtown area. A few times Percy attempts some small talk. You humor him, nodding along, occasionally turning your head to throw him a smile. Seems like he's skirting the topic of his feelings? Something like that. That's nice, Percy. You're super flattered and all, but it would behoove him to come to grips with the magnitude of what's about to take place on this island. In a not-too-distant future, some very loud noises may be assailing his ears. but they won't be coming from wedding bells. You pull up near the docks and get out of the BMW to find a bunch of guys hanging around. Percy looks bewildered, but your confident demeanor reassures him this is part of the plan. You study his reaction as he connects the dots. Of course he knows what's going on now that he's seeing their reactions. Not to him, but you. They're all looking awestruck as you approach. He must realize now these are guys you invited to the island, just like him. But they didn't come by ferry. They arranged their own transport via privately owned boats. You say nothing for a moment, taking it all in. You bask in the hushed reverence. Their disposition is becoming quite familiar to you. Just another bunch of shrimps for your collection. Ones with completely different utility than Percy. Ones that aren't nearly as soft. You begin eyeing some of the hardware they brought. They came all equipped, just as instructed. These plans were in the works all week, and some of these boats took well over a day of sailing to get here. As you assess your new recruits, you can feel Percy fidgeting to your side. Clearly he wants some answers. He's wondering why you didn't tell him about this earlier. I'm telling you now, aren't I? He obviously can't dispute that, but his body language is still unsatisfied. That's fine. Now it's precisely the right time to debrief him, so he knows how he fits into the plan. Sorry, Perce, this was top secret stuff, and we were so busy with our financing operation, with our financing operations, which were much more important. I've been back channeling with some of our most dedicated followers, ones in it for the long haul. Guys like you know? I ask guys with boats to rally other guys pretty close by. They organize low-key trips here to the west side. No ferries, no downtown action. God, I got the hiccups now. No heat from cops. He's clearly grappling with the behind-the-scenes logistics of this. The who's, the where's, the when's. Some of these boats are from the Massachusetts coast. A few from Long Island. We got sailors here from all up and down the eastern seaboard, actually. Last I checked with the guys on point, we had almost 20 boats headed here, but there might have been more added since. You wouldn't believe how psyched these guys were to get the invite. Well, maybe you would. They're good people, just a bunch of dedicated, hardworking Jubilites ready and willing to step up and do some crazy shit. Percy looks overwhelmed, maybe even intimidated to the untrained eye. Skull, thank you for the drink water. Add some water. Percy looks overwhelmed, maybe even intimidated to the untrained eye. But you know that, isn't it? You can tell exactly what that look is. It's concern that his role of importance may be rapidly diminishing before his eyes. You put a stop to that quickly. Don't worry, Perce. I brought you here for a reason. You'll be out front leading this crew in terms of the necessary logistics. Look at this shit. Just a bunch of dudes on boats after a long voyage wondering what the fuck to do. Where they go. Wherever. You'll take the reins on that. Posture check. But you gotta be careful, since the cops are still crawling all over this island looking for us, okay? He nods, more confidently this time. What the... Hey. Huh. What the fuck you think this is? Gathering of the fucking juggalos? Well, it isn't. Not yet, at least. Don't worry, there'll be a time and place to wear the paint. But for now, you play it straight. Plain clothes, plain faces. You're all just a bunch of average locals, understood? I booked you all a bunch of Airbnbs, so make yourselves comfortable. And I don't see much of a reason why you should be making plans to honor your checkout dates, if you know what I mean. We're digging the fuck in. Everybody cool with that? Perce, make sure all these guys get to wherever they need to go. Ubers, taxis, rent some vans, jack some cars, however you want to do it. Counting on you, man. Now everybody get moving! Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, he just gave it to her. I thought he was aiming it at her. Oh, damn. I've got some content to manage. 2 weeks later. Wait, is there... No, there was no dialogue there. Okay. I thought I might have missed some dialogue. just wanted to backtrack that real quick. Okay. Her fandom is absolutely the circus. After 2 weeks of constant media coverage of your recent exploits, your brand has skyrocketed. Both the video captured by a witness and the dashcam footage have been playing constantly. Members of the press have gathered on the island to cover the manhunt, while the police presence has grown. Wait, one following. I'm guessing she's following Abby. But the intensification of recent events hardly has been limited to circumstances on the island. The entire country is suddenly ignited in civil unrest over police brutality and the extrajudicial murders of black people at the hands of law enforcement. Something is stirring in America. It's as if the more comfortable parts of the nation decided to finally wake up to the fact that they've been living in a police state for longer than most previously cared to admit. But you've noticed another development cropping up alongside this wave of righteous political action. Leeching off the roiling energy of the nation, Jubilites have begun their own gatherings in huge numbers. At first, no one thinks much of another few gangs of painted buffoons slipped in between the garish Trump motorcades and doomed boat parades, but before you know it, you can barely point a camera anywhere without televising another preposterous gaggle of circus riffraff clowned up behind their masks. Certainly too many clowns for the comfort of corporate media, but if you're being honest, maybe too many for yours as well. You begin to wonder what you've unleashed upon the nation. Quickly, social media seemed to realize that this was a different flavor of political action. The sheer number of clowns with guns roaming the streets are making the people with all the money and power very nervous. Like, maybe the usual methods of media propaganda aimed at subduing these movements won't work on this crowd. There's a sense that once the clowns are out of the barn, closing the door won't do much good. And maybe there's something to it. As the police escalated their violent brutality in retaliation to the unrest, the Jubilites seized upon the chaos. Once they saw it was possible to drive police out of an area by force, they grew bolder in their aggression. They're tying it into, they're tying it on to, what was it? I'm trying to remember, the autonomous zone. Holy shit. I remember following that really closely when that was going on. They're tying this into the autonomous zone in, what was it, Seattle? No longer were your clowns an aimless gathering of oddities, a sideshow of loitering farceurs. They were hijacking the political atmosphere toward their own objectives, and in turn, yours. Your detractors got a lot of airtime vilifying your followers for perverting a righteous social movement, and you find it hard to disagree with the point, but neither the slander from bad faith corporate shills nor the legitimate criticism from genuine activists ever seemed to stick. But yeah, like, if anyone, like, completely forgot about this, during all the, like, protesting, some protesters actually managed to create an extra governmental autonomous zone in Washington, and, like, they had their own, like, the police vacated the area, and they, like, took over this area in, I think it was Seattle, and turned it into, like, an autonomous zone. I remember that. So, they're directly, like, tying that in with this. Holy shit. Yeah, CRC, it was kind of a big fucking deal when it happened. The spectacle of it drew even more people in who would begin wearing the paint, and the more painted faces showed up, the more your movement appeared to stake its claim as a force entirely distinct from the origins of the civil unrest. A force now taking the momentum of your once modest social media campaign and flooring it. Now it looks like police precincts everywhere may start falling like dominoes, and you see no reason to tell your people to take their huge floppy shoes off the gas pedal. But you can't put too much personal focus on what's happening around the country, because there's way too much happening locally you need to deal with. You've been ordering your new recruits to take care of business here on the island while you're in forced hiding. You have a team dedicated to making sure Abby's horse stays fed, for instance. With the help of Percy, an infrastructure of local Jubilite activity is beginning to emerge, which can operate somewhat autonomously from your direct supervision. Your inner circle directly overseeing this infrastructure has begun calling itself Ring 3. Being able to delegate important stuff is good news, considering your health has been in decline. After showing symptoms of COVID-19, you decided to self-quarantine in the Airbnb. Abby and Percy rented another one across town while trying to stay out of view. You hold down the old fort all by yourself. You have plenty of time alone to plot and scheme in between your coughing fits and fevered visions. Admittedly, this is not the most fun you've had during your brand's rise to international notoriety. The carefree days of drinking expensive wine at Abby's house while in perfect health and bullshitting about gender are starting to feel like a distant memory. But the administrative needs of your movement don't take a break just because you get sick. The show must go on. Since that day you went with Percy to meet the first few recruits fresh off their boats, thousands of additional Jubilites have infiltrated the island using the same method. Boats arrived at the western docks, usually at night. They unload and head back to the mainland for more, while the new recruits settle in wherever they can. Airbnbs and campsites mostly, while some continue living on their boats and others break into empty summer homes. The fact that thousands of radicalized, plainclothed clowns are now covertly occupying this island is the basis for the next series of operations you are planning. To the untrained eye, your schematics may appear to be total madness, but as you assure yourself frequently, is anything but. As far as you're concerned, your name could belong with the great tacticians of history someday, but only if you can maintain your focus and see this through, which you must admit has been pretty difficult with this illness ravaging your body and mind, and with these damned visions getting more... There she was again. At least, you think that was her. It's always hard to be sure when it's happening in your peripheral vision, or the periphery of your imagination, you guess. It's strange that you've been seeing her more often than him lately. He was never far off from your disturbed hallucinations for obvious reasons. The way he died, the nature of that sickness and what it did to him, left a mark on your psyche that will probably never go away. But her? You just had a falling out and never spoke again. Is it guilt that's causing your mind to conjure her? You wrestle with the question for days, until finally an unassuming email that you stumbled on in your spam folder provides you with an answer. Someone was trying to collect on a medical bill of some sort. It's an ambulance fee, actually. An ambulance that was used about 2 months ago. They're trying to collect the bill from you, but the person originally billed wasn't you. It was her. The fact that they're trying to collect from you instead of your mother must mean it couldn't be. Could it? You do some more digging. You call the hospital where the ambulance dropped her off. After some time on hold, you confirm it's not the fact that she's dead that blows your mind, it's the date. April 20th. She caught COVID-19 in early April and died on 4/20, the day all this lunacy all began. She's been dead for almost 7 weeks, and you never even knew it. Aside from being stunned by the revelation, you feel nothing. You've only ever had one bullet of grief in the chamber, and you used that when your dad died. You made the most of that bullet, too. Used it to drive yourself insane, quit school, and run off to an island. If your dead mom is expecting any tears from you, she's shit out of luck. But, you know, she wouldn't be expecting anything of the sort. It's why she never called. Maybe she had different plans for you. Plans she didn't even know she had, or an impact on your life she didn't know she was causing. Perhaps it was the invocation of a dying curse from a bitter old woman, and that's what you've been contending with ever since the night she passed. You don't really associate the death of parents with grief or loss anymore. That was just another one of society's lies, that these were things you were supposed to feel. Instead, you feel like their departure represents a burdensome torch that is being passed, an inheritance of sorts, all the psychological baggage a parent accumulates their whole life. And when they die, that lifetime of manic energy, the striving and struggling, the failures and disappointments, the things they wish they became but never did, all of it has nowhere to go when the body dissolves. So it all flows right into you. That's how it was with your dad, watching him slip away slowly. The feeling of initial sadness for him gradually twisted into something that was nothing like sadness at all. More like a screaming inside that got louder every day. You watched his desperation grow as he knew the end was near. He was being devoured in his final days by the feeling that he wasn't given nearly enough time on Earth. He fell so far short of turning his life into the thing he once imagined it would be, and the result of staring into this abyss was utter panic. And where does all that panic go? Who feels the blame, the sense of accusation, the demented rage over the unfairness of it all? It was you. Your true inheritance is this tortured understanding, an implied contract since the day of your birth, that you'll be all that remains of his legacy, that now it's up to you to bring meaning through familiar continuity into a life he just went to painful lengths to make clear he barely even considered worth living himself. But you had no intention of honoring that inheritance. The contract was worthless, partly because you never agreed to it. But more importantly, you gained disturbing insight into its author in the process of watching him die. You didn't lose respect for him, it was somehow worse than that. You began to question his agency as a human being. You questioned his humanity itself. As the sickness tore away at him, he took little bits of his mind along the way. Your father's intellect and personality were being dismantled in such alarming ways, you began to wonder if you even knew what a human being was anymore. But you don't really wonder anymore, you think you simply understand now. A person is a phenomenal illusion, carefully held together by healthy neurons, which once disrupted, appears a series of hellish algorithms firing the wrong way all the time for the express purpose of creating horror in all those who believed they loved him. They believed they loved him because they believed he was real, not merely a jumble of algorithmic insanity which just happened to be executing in a proper sequential order most of the time. Is that what you are too? A bunch of psychopathic, inhuman algorithms firing until you get everyone who joins your movement killed? Or if your algorithms aren't quite satisfied with that, until you rip this country apart and get everyone killed? The coughing fits are heavier now, more frequent. You know this must be her influence. It makes no sense in any scientific way, but you can just feel it. Her ghostly hand closing around your throat. Your dad's curse was bestowing his existential insanity upon you, the burden of striving for the American dream, which cracked your brain and sent you running away for good. Your mom never forgave you for it, so her dying curse is this disease, same one that claimed her, and you know how she thinks. Why shouldn't you have to suffer the same way she did? COVID-19 is highly contagious, but you wonder if anyone's yet realized it can be transmitted psychically by a vengeful spirit. It's probably time to just throw in the towel. Just stop all this running and hiding and turn yourself over to the cops before you can endanger anyone else. Sure, you'd disappoint a lot of people that way. Millions who've become deeply invested in your defiance of this brutal, imperialistic police state. But the disappointment resulting from letting them all down would be a blessing at this point relative to the scale of damage that the misfires of your algorithmic insanity could be truly capable of. Or maybe you don't even need to turn yourself in. Maybe the fact that your mom is trying to kill you here and now is her final act of mercy for you and everyone else. Maybe it'll just knock you off before you even get the chance to realize your full destructive potential. Go ahead, you... you... bitch! This is... what you wanted, isn't it, Mom? So, go ahead and fucking drag me... with you already. Bing bong. You hear the doorbell ring. Now who the fuck could that be? Oh, it's Percy. He's just dropping off your supplies for today. You really need to calm down. This disease has obviously been making you paranoid. There's clearly nothing to worry about. What? Wait. Percy, were you followed? No, don't look, fool. No, don't look, fool. Oh, shit. There's cops. Get in here, quick. Fuck. Yeah, they were tailing you. Look at this shit. We're fucking surrounded. Must be the entire precinct out there. Percy, you can't be this sloppy. You fucked it all up. Okay, I'm sorry. This isn't your fault. I probably should have had a different guy bring me shit. You're already on their radar. Damn. Just keep pulling you deeper into hot water, don't I? Well, don't worry. I'll get you out of this shit. I'll get us both out. All you need to do is accelerate the plan a bit. Percy's face seems to ask the question. Plan? Is it inevitable anyway? Not just here. Everywhere in the country, apparently. These fuckers have a lot of blood on their hands. Their crimes are finally catching up with them. Oh, SpaghettiOs. Here we go, a cop killing again, I guess. Getting real Homestuck vibes from this animation. I love this. This is... Oh. Oh, geez. Oh, that one has, like, stitched lips like fucking Kurlo's Makata from Homestuck. I don't know how this game is allowed on Twitch, honestly. It probably isn't. I'm probably gonna get banned for streaming this game, but it has a category. Yeah. I hope that Perce isn't, like, just fucking dead, because that would suck. He's kind of my favorite so far. Hey, Percy! Oh no, Percy. He saved her. He saved her, but is he dead? Oh no. Oh no, he's bleeding out his mouth. Oh no! I can't believe I'm, like, empathizing with this. Oh no. Percy didn't make it. But there's no time for tears. Now that you've gone this far with the accelerated version of your plan, there's no turning back. You need to put the whole thing into motion. Oh no, Percy! Percy! Oh. I'm gonna be honest, even though it was like super fucked up and unhealthy, I kinda shipped it, and now I'm sad. Honestly, I can kinda relate to Percy as like an unwitting accomplice in a cult gone really fucking bad. So like, you know, I can really sort of like put myself in Percy's shoes here, and so I'm just like, With the execution of this command, hundreds of Jubilite teams spring into action, guys crawling out of the woodwork at almost every well-populated location on the island. But none of these guys are armed. In fact, none of them look remarkable in any way. They could all easily be mistaken for locals, and they will be. Your assiduously planned false flag operation has begun. Anyone who looked at just one of the viral videos showing your plainclothed Jubilites lurching out of homes, grabbing their necks and choking as they collapse to their lawns and driveway asphalt, might think the performance looked a little fishy. But you planted so many of these guys in so many places, all staging this performance at the exact same time, resulting in so many pieces of independent footage, the full breadth of such content spreading rapidly across social media begins to have an alarming effect. You have guys harvesting all the footage coming in, searching for the best stuff, the most gripping, scariest portrayals of an invisible airborne agent cutting down the locals of Nantucket Island right outside their homes, and releasing the content strategically to optimize the proliferated shock. Then come a few other touches which require no effort or planning at all. Real panic, not from your guys, but from the true locals who start catching on to what's happening. Actual people screaming in the backgrounds of your footage near the pretend bodies, running away, getting into cars, peeling down residential roads. The panic isn't just good for optics, it's the entire purpose of this charade. Nobody gets hurt, they all just get out. The panic begins with a trickle, but once the media starts running the footage, it turns into a flood, creating a stampede of people trying to leave the island all at once. I misread. Creating a stampede of people trying to leave the island all at once ordinarily would be irresponsible, you think. It would be if you didn't have a transportation plan ready to go, which, of course, you do. If there's one thing you and your shrimp army isn't short on, it's boats. All the boats that brought them here, plus a whole lot more, which were idle in ports waiting to be repurposed, are at the ready for the surge of frightened locals. Your teams take charge, yelling at the crowds which way to go. They load, cast off, and when they drop them at the mainland, the empty boats will just turn around and head back for more. The whole fleet will keep at it, all night long if needed, until the island holds no one who wants to leave. As chaos swirls around the media in response to this attack, there are real questions about what actually happened, even as everyone flees in desperation just to be safe. Questions about who was responsible for the attack, whether it was even real, and why approximately 40 police officers were slaughtered in a shootout just as the attack began. And the talking heads of corporate media will surely spin, as they always do, but this is a narrative for you to control, not through your dispatch teams, false flags, or leaked footage. As the leader of the Jubilite movement, this is something you need to address personally. It's too important to let it wait. You fight through the pain of your gunshot wound and the shortness of breath caused by the virus, and begin streaming to your fans right away. You announce to the world that federal authorities appear to have deployed a vicious biochemical attack intended to target you and the members of your movement, which have been organizing on the island. They've seen how dangerous the Jubilites have been to the stability of the state and corporate power, and they decide to crush the opposition at its source. But you and your most loyal supporters survive, retreating into shelters until the attack subsides. You go on to urge any civilians who haven't evacuated yet to leave for their own safety. You seize upon the moment to swear vengeance on the state which committed this atrocity to continue escalating the many pockets of insurgency already boiling over across the country. No reason to waste an opportunity to continue taking the fight to them. Over the last week of riots, you've seen state power bleed, and as long as there's blood in the water, you might as well release your sharks. Fighting for air makes the transmission difficult. At first, you curse your luck again, wondering if it's even possible to have contracted this disease at a worse time. But as you desperately cough out your angry statement to the world, you'll realize it's a nice touch. It helps sell the idea that you just survived a biochemical attack. Once you recover, if you recover, you'll tell Abby you couldn't have scripted it any better if you tried. But you can't call her to brag about the bleeding of the stuck pig that is the United States of America just yet. There's your own bleeding to attend to. And that of fallen comrades. Despite the losses suffered today, you can't help but reflect on what a successful implementation of pranks this has all been. Really not a bad day of work for a concept you bullshitted into existence through a series of hallucinatory revelations. You suddenly wonder if the Founding Fathers ever had similar thoughts about the Constitution. None of that material was anywhere near as fun or cool as yours, though. Still, whatever moves they made or words they wrote, you guess it was strong enough to earn them all several centuries of retroactive dick-sucking in the history books. Even Washington's lowliest of shrimps probably got their due. And yours will, too. Rest in peace, loyal shrimp. You are the first casualty of war. And that's end of chapter. We're going about a chapter an hour at this point, so I don't see why we can't do chapter 6. Maybe we'll get this done in 3 streams instead of, like, 5. That'd be nice. Oh, loading. What's it loading? Oh, another interlude. Jesus fucking Christ. Lol, sorry, that was kinda unprofessional of me. I'm still just taking a moment to process whatever the fuck it was I just saw you do. I know you're capable of many feats when your back is against the wall, but somehow you managed to surprise even me this time. Bravo. But we should make it absolutely clear what's going on here now, okay? There's no going back now. Not ever. If there's a picture on the Wikipedia page showing what it means to have just passed the point of no return, we're gonna need to replace it with that panel up there. You're never touching Homestuck, but this honestly shows you that he knows what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, no, Homestuck was a ride. You lying bloody, unconscious, disease-stricken, next to a dead loyal shrimp surrounded by several dozen slaughtered cops, after just having captured an island once belonging to the United States of America. Really great work, actually. I fucking love it. You know why? Because the higher the stakes get, the more potent your choices become, the more power choice itself starts to accumulate. So why don't we try this again? Maybe, just maybe, you've got what it takes to break through this time. You could pull your shit together, rely on the hospitality of friends and allies, let them nurse you back to health, keep your powder dry for the war ahead, and let there be no mistaking it. There will be war. Or you could just roll over and fucking die already, Lamau. So which one of these compelling options strikes your fancy, huh? Still, no choices. Come on, don't act so surprised. You knew this was coming. Oh, I'm noticing something. Every time that there's an interlude, there's even an additional layer of securing on the button. First it was just the lock, then it was the lock and chains, now it's the lock, the chains, and the bars. We're not getting closer to making a choice, we're getting farther from being able to make a choice. Do I even need to say it anymore? Oh, come on, don't act so surprised. You knew this was coming. Do I even need to say it anymore? Meaningful choices can only be unlocked by a true successor. And you sure don't look like a successor to me yet. Not when you're lying on the floor all sick and bloody and sleeping like that. You sort of need to be awake to make choices. It's a critical precondition to the entire idea, dummy. I just wanted to stop by and remind you you're making great progress here. Really like what I've been seeing. Keep it up. Here's an idea. Why don't we cut the bullshit and just make a date? I'll meet you back here in a couple chapters and we can do the same shot all over again. Sound cool? Just one more time though, I promise. After that, your true test will come. You gotta trust me. Shit like this just takes a lot of patience. And if there's one thing I'll never run out of again, it's time. Sleep well, Jen. Chapter 6 of 9, The Practice of Delegation. The next day. It's 6 of 9. Evacuation of the island was chaotic but swift. Terrified locals stormed the docks, pushing each other closer and closer to the water, but mindful not to tip each other in. They're polite people, decent enough, you always thought. None terribly deserving of being forced to become a prisoner to a seceding summer colony, which is why you went to so much trouble to orchestrate a well-oiled evacuation machine. All told, the vast majority of the evacuation took only a few hours. By the time the sun was setting and boats were returning from their round trips, only a handful of people still waited on the piers. And when boats came back from their drop-offs, many of the waiting locals were a little puzzled to find that the boats weren't returning empty. They are always filled with new groups of well-armed people, jumping on the docks with gusto and scattering into the neighborhoods and disappearing, not running away from the danger, but right into it. With every boat full of locals dropped off at the Massachusetts shore, your people always had another squad of recruits from the mainland ready to jump on board and head to the island. It continued on like this for hours, back and forth across the Sound, where the population at the beginning of the day was around 10,000. The final headcount after a near-total evacuation was 13,000. Your false flag maneuver simply replaced the entire population of the island with rabid Jubilites, and then some. The new recruits remained faithful that the crisis posed no real danger to them, and was merely a powerful act of praxis, and they would keep coming well after the evacuation, too. There's no need to bother with the pretense of renting Airbnbs anymore, or keeping a low profile. The new residents of the island began occupying the houses vacated by locals, along with the large supply of empty summer homes. Excuse me. Sneeze. No form of authority existed to stop you anymore. Collectively, all of you are the authority. The only thing left to do is wait and see how this authority will be challenged by the government once it comes to grips with how badly it just got bamboozled. But in the meantime, not even your most cynical antis can dispute the obvious. This island now belongs to you. Unfortunately, it will be some time before you're healthy enough to appreciate your conquest, let alone conscious enough. Your dear friend Abby now struggles to manage the aftermath of your bold decisions. See, I don't know if you can hear me. You'll have to get better soon, okay? If you didn't make it, I'd be so lost. I don't think I could even go on. People are already looking to me for answers, but I don't have the slightest idea how to handle this situation. The news is going insane about it, and my parents are losing it. I don't know what to tell them. I'm just ignoring them for now until I know what your plan is.
I don't even know how. How were you going to follow this up? I doubt people will believe the bioattack was real forever. There are already a lot of questions about it. What happens next? What if all the people try to come back and, like, send the military this time? Mostly just, I'm so worried about you. Please don't leave me. I'd be so devastated. Okay, I'll be back to check on you soon. Your clown ring is downstairs waiting for orders. I guess I'll tell them something? I don't know what yet. To protect the island, I guess. I have no idea what else there is to even do at this point. Feel better. You clown up before you address Z's inner circle. Ring 3, as you've heard them referred to before. You've never interacted with any of these people at all, and you don't know what to say to them. But wearing the paint seems like the right thing to do, for the sake of appearances. They'll be looking to you for leadership now. Hi, everybody. I guess none of you ever heard from me directly before, have you? Well, I'm Apple Pie, as I'm sure you know, but you can just call me Abby. I just made my clown name for fun. It was never supposed to be a serious code name or anything. Z is obviously wounded and very sick, so I need to make sure everything is running smoothly while she recovers, which means I'm still not sure what that means. Sorry, I didn't expect having to do this, and I don't really have a plan yet. But what we do know is yesterday Z cleared out the entire population of the island with a really crazy stunt, and we don't know how long that can last before authorities catch on to the, prank? So I think we all need to prepare to keep the island safe from that happening. They're starting to get agitated. Which means having all your people, like the many Jubilites under your command, I'm actually not sure how it works. There's like a hierarchy, right? Like you all give orders to subdivisions of clowns and such? So you need to make sure they're all set up to defend against whatever it might be. An invasion from the government? Also, I think we need to keep the messaging up. Just make sure that everyone on the mainland knows it's not safe to try and come back. Whether that means keeping up the ruse of yesterday's attack, or maybe something else. Anything to deter people from wanting to come back. Because I think we've gone way too far to go back to normal, right? It seems really messy, and we just have to make the best of it. I'm sorry. I'm really overwhelmed by all this. You deserve better leadership than my incoherent babbling. I'm doing my best. Ahem. First, may I just say what an absolute honor it is to be serving you, Secretary Applepie. Secretary? Yes, that is your formal rank within our organization. You're the Secretary of Jape. I assure you, we have nothing but the utmost sympathy for the difficult position you're in. Everyone here is fully aware of the role you traditionally play within the Jubilite movement. You are, how shall I say, more of an inspirational figure? A hands-off secretary who remains uninvolved with the tedium of daily operations. That's our role. We are all beyond thrilled to be playing it. So I completely understand if you find yourself in an awkward position. I see. Yes, thank you for understanding, Joculine. It's my Clownsona name. We all go by our Clownsonas in this organization. No human names allowed as a matter of policy. It's strictly for security reasons, you understand. But we will all be more than pleased to refer to you as Secretary Abby as a special exception, if that is your wish. Oh, yeah, thank you. Or just Abby is also fine. Lol. Rainbow Dash looking. I bet. Horse. God damn it, Minty. Oh yeah, thank you. Or just Abby is also fine. Lol. You got it, Abby. It's so great to finally be speaking with you. Can I just say what an admirer of yours I've always been, long before the rise of Supreme Honkafax C. Supreme Honkafax? Of course! It's quite the title, isn't it? But look at all that she has accomplished. It's been a remarkable achievement, and I have absolute certainty that there is not a single Jubilite on this island who would not die for our leader. Yikes. Well, okay, that's nice to hear, I guess, but I don't think we need anyone to die for anybody just yet. I think we just need to figure out how to get this crazy situation under control. Naturally. Secretary, or Abby, I mean. You may not favor the spotlight, but it is this clown's humble opinion that your management instincts are every bit as sharp as our supreme Hunkafex's. But may I make a modest recommendation? Sure. If you find yourself overwhelmed by the tactical situation, I would strongly advise you to consider the practice of delegation. You know, I've never understood clowns before now. Now I understand. Now, oh my god. What? Rain? Oh my god. Azzy. Fucking, oh, Minty's already on the shout-out. What you been up to? What were you playing? Actually, I don't recognize your name. Are you a friend of Skull's? You're a friend of Toka's? How have you come across my, humble abode on Twitch? Oh, Lainey! Hey, Lainey! We're playing Clown Oh! Okay, it all makes sense. Yeah, we're doing a read-along of a visual novel about clowns and cop murdering and political revolution. And, yeah. It's been a time. So, yeah. So, yeah, my name is Squid, and, like, my usual thing is a lot of, like, retro stuff, a lot of, like, visual novels, stuff where I can lean into voice acting. I do a lot. After this, series is wrapped up, I'm probably gonna do Famicom Detective Club, which I'm really excited about. And, you know, I try to give a vibe, you know, like, I want to be, like, that weird friend that you wish you had, like, 10, 15, 20 years ago, who, like, really was into all the weird shit. You know, and like showed you all the weird shit, like all the obscure Japanese games, the weird visual novels. That's sort of the vibe I try to go for. And like, if you'd be willing to stick around, the story's ramping up quite crazily. So, brief summary, the political revolutionary clown cult, just faked a bio attack and evacuated the island. They took over, fucking, what island does this take? Now I need to go. Psycholonials takes place on, it's just an island off the coast of New England. So they just took over the island. So, now, the main person in the clown political revolutionary cult, they got COVID, and they also got shot, and they're recuperating, and now their second in command is like going like, what the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? And so now part of her inner circle is going, hey, you're the second in command, but you're really more of a figurehead. You should probably delegate to us since we're the ones who actually were like running things to begin with. And so that's where we're at right now. So, in fact, I'd be happy to personally take the reins on implementing all follow-up strategies which are necessary to secure our territory and keep our adversaries at bay. Just give the order and I'll take care of everything. Oh, you would? Wow, that actually does sound very helpful. Thank you, Joculane. It will be my pleasure to serve you and the Supreme Honkafex, now and always. Okay, so, can you start with all that, like, right now? I have some other things I really need to do. Like, feed my poor horse. He's probably been so worried since I had to leave suddenly the other day. Yes, by all means. I will have all essential operations put into motion immediately. By the end of the day, you'll see. There's nothing to worry about at all. Now, go feed your beautiful horse. All Jubilates consider the health and well-being of Archbishop David Hasselhoof to be of paramount concern to our mission. You gave my horse a rank? It's a joke, of course. No, we did not. But we do like to joke around, us clowns, don't we? Oh, well, yes, that was actually pretty funny. Okay, I'll go do that then. Thanks again for the help! You walk away feeling relieved of administrative responsibility, only to realize you now have time to dwell on all your other problems. You are terrified that your friend won't recover from her critical condition. And no matter how successful her subordinates are, you doubt you'll ever be able to shake the feeling that this island could be invaded by the military at any moment. Your parents are pissed, not only at your involvement in the secession of their favorite summer colony, but they now realize they've been played as well. Your mother has caught on to the fact that she was being scammed by her lover, and her father seems to understand you've been playing him for the fool as well. They want their money back, but obviously that's not going to happen. You'll have to think about how to play it. You don't think your mom knows she was being catfished by Z and Percy. Maybe you can try to convince your dad that you are sincere about the Bitcoin stuff, but you're being scammed by the same guy that your mom was. That seems like a plausible out, but it would just involve more lying, and maybe it's not even worth it anymore. Maybe Z was right, and you're better off just giving up on the idea that parents like this are worth having any relationship with at all. You take another look at the news. It's pure madness. You and Z are everywhere you look when it comes to trending topics online and coverage of recent events. The upheaval around the country is accelerating, and all the footage you can find now features way too many clowns in the gatherings for your comfort. No matter which media outlet you turn to, it always seems they'd rather point their cameras at a bunch of unruly clowns than focus on the real issues originally propelling the civil unrest. Oh, I forgot. So, this takes place during COVID, during all the, police protesting that was going on during COVID, and it's like an alternate history where that was hijacked by this political revolutionary clown cult. So that's sort of the area we're operating in here. And yet, it's hard to deny that the gradually coalescing rhetorical message of this clown ruckus ties into Z's political agenda, which she so assiduously itemized in her manifesto. This movement, which once seemed nothing more than a bunch of anarchist jesters opportunistically making mischief, now more closely represents open revolt around capitalist and imperialist state power. More police stations are falling, and small pockets of territory are being captured by Jubilites, but nobody knows where this is going or what the vision is for the direction of the movement without the guidance of their supreme Hunkafax, otherwise known as your best friend. You need Z. And there she is. And now we're having another trippy hallucination dream. Yep, sky, stars, we can go up in the stars, and we're gonna hear from the big guy again. Hopefully this is a longer conversation this time, because I've been curious about this guy. CRC, are you having a bad time? Are you having a bad time? Because, I'm dreaming again. Don't make me wake up this time. I want some answers. I have no power to wake you up. The sickness inside you keeps you asleep. What do you want to know? Last time I dreamed of you, you said I was doing well. But doing well at what? Shouldn't you answer that? What is it you believe you're actually doing? I don't know. A lot of shit. Fighting for survival. And you're still alive, are you not? I guess. Then you are doing well. This is some cagey bullshit. I think you know there's a lot more going on here than just surviving. You're the one who gave me all these ideas after all. Yes. So, why? What do you even want out of this? You mentioned survival. Perhaps this is my aim as well. Inevitably, we all die, of course. Even entire civilizations die. So doesn't it stand to reason that part of one's quest for survival is the propagation of everything one identifies with? And if a civilization is to survive beyond its time, doesn't it need to concern itself with such propagation methods as well? Everybody give hats to CRC. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the game is being rough. Pat. Thank you for sticking around anyway. So you're saying your society on Whimsify is dead, and this is your way of keeping it alive? Crazy Riot 911, thank you for the follow. Are you from the Azzy raid, or are you just someone who stumbled in? Thank you either way for stopping in. Aside from the means of communicating my culture to you, what is so unusual about this? There are many nations on your planet. You're here from the Azzy raid. There are many nations on your planet which have engaged in similar practices, including the one you have begun to challenge. Practices like imperialism? Conquest can be achieved in so many ways. Often the most effective ways are when the conquered don't even fully grasp that is what's taking place. Does this ring true to the nation you were born in? I mean, if you're saying America does lots of sketchy shit all over the world, but also has this, like, vast hegemonic influence over everything through culture and economics without even needing to invade all nations on Earth. Yeah, I know that. It's some kind of basic shit. The situation you described surely happens in many deliberate ways, but easily just as much of it must happen automatically, yes? As a logical and effortless extension of the great power and influence your nation has. In other words, it is natural. It's only natural for a person or a civilization to instinctively seek out ways of propagating itself to assure its continued survival. How many ways has this happened on your planet that you already know of? Methods of colonizing may involve sending ships across oceans to occupy foreign land. They may involve wars, cultural erasure, the displacement of large populations, or openly genocidal practices. But all instances of these events on your planet have resulted from the invasion of one continent by another. It is not also conceivable that your planet could be subject to the same forces from... Oh, is it not? Is it not also conceivable that your planet could be subject to the same forces from beyond your solar system? I don't mean to alarm you by raising the possibility. The truth is, Earth has nothing to worry about when it comes to the threat of a hostile interstellar invasion. There is no planet in the galaxy that needs to worry about that because it's impossible. It is? Yes, space travel is too difficult. Speed of light cannot be exceeded or even safely approached. Our planets are locked apart from each other forever until they all grow cold and die. So it sounds like you're saying if one planet wants to conquer another, they need to use a different method than just sending a bunch of spaceships over and shooting lasers at everybody. Yes, that is true. So are you saying that's what you're doing here? I am only saying this. Of all that is about to take place on your planet, there's only one person who is responsible for the actions that will bring about these changes. And that person is you. Wait, don't go. Wait! And she's awake. Two weeks later. After a couple weeks in bed, you manage to beat the virus. You feel weak, and you still can't put any weight on your wounded leg, but you finally feel well enough to leave Abby's house and get back into action. speaking of action, even though you could hardly post any content due to being sick, your brand continued its relentless march forward. The evacuation stunt, now widely regarded as a maneuver you orchestrated for the purposes of seizing full possession of the island, grabbed the world's undivided attention as the flashpoint for a credible resistance movement against the United States government. The ensuing media frenzy and global pandemic discourse has only served to ratchet up your follower count precipitously. If you were in better health, you'd have been able to appreciate your outrageously snowballing fame a lot more, but as it was, you could barely manage to lift your phone on most days. Today, you're just happy to be able to get out for some fresh air. It's your first in-person debriefing with Ring 3 since you've been sick, or ever, for that matter. All previous meetings were done online while you were all keeping a low profile, but now that you control the island absolutely, there's little need for such discretion. Ring 3, under the delegated supervision of Joculin, recently reallocated a nearby country club for meeting purposes. You've just arrived and are ready to hear the full report. You're more than a little anxious to learn what your organization has been up to while you've been in recovery.
Yeah, Lainey, it does feel like a bit of a drug trip. This is like what would happen if the, police brutality protests from last year just escalated in the worst possible way. Because that's literally what the story is. That is the plot. But just seeing it laid out like that is, kind of insane.
The fuck is all this? I'm getting the full 12-clown salute, huh? Oh, I'm flattered, but at ease, bitches. I'm alive and long past due for a proper debriefing. Abby's been keeping me updated on stuff while nursing me back to health. But now that I'm on my feet again, I think it's time to get serious about our full tactical situation and what comes next. Abs, you wanna lead the meeting and take it from the top?
Hello, me?
Sure, you're the Secretary of Jape after all. So I've been told. Okay, here's what's been going on since the evacuation. It's been so fucking much. Let's see. Well, there was the power outage scare, which lasted, a day or two? Then that got resolved somehow, and Abby, this debriefing fucking sucks. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't even know you were going to ask for one. I just thought I could chill here and listen to you guys. Excuse me. There's Joculin, who's the one that's actually been running things. Secretary Abby, it's perfectly alright with us if you relax there and listen, and with all due respect and reverence to our Supreme Hunk Effect C, first of all, may I say what an honor it is to finally be addressing you in person, how relieved we all are to see you recovered. Yeah, sure. What are you trying to say here? You're, Joculin, right? Yes. Wow, you remembered my name. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Supreme Hunk Effects, it's just, please don't call me that. It sounds fucking ridiculous. Oh, yes, of course. My apologies, Z. I'm afraid I'm losing my composure due to the feelings of admiration for what you have accomplished here, and... Cool. We all accomplished this, though. So what's up, Joculin? Are you trying to volunteer to give me a debriefing instead of Abby? Yes, if that's okay, sir. Don't call me sir either, but yes, it's okay. Whenever you're ready.
Rainbow Dash ripoff. Yeah.
As Secretary Abby has already touched upon, your evacuation strategy has been an overwhelming success. Virtually all locals have been displaced from the island due to your brilliant and daring act of pranksus, and have been replaced with tens of thousands of Jubilite loyalists. While the media debated whether or not it was a hoax, we made sure to secure the island. We've taken over all major facilities with a militia presence, including the airport. We've also promoted the claim that there are now thousands of bombs deployed all over the island, rigged to detonate if the government ever reclaims the territory. So they're free to try if they like, but the consequence will simply be the total obliteration of all this valuable property they're claiming we have stolen. Yeah, I heard about the bombs. They hit that part of the story a lot in the media. It was a nice touch. Thank you, sir. I mean, Z. It was my idea. But there aren't any actual bombs, are there? Oh, there are a bunch of real bombs for sure, but for the sake of taking photographs to prove it isn't completely made up, as well as for detonating a few of them as a warning if it ever comes to that. But yes, you're right. There are far from thousands.
Well, that's good to fucking know. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I didn't want to say anything, but I have been feeling Joculyn betrayal this whole time. Like, as soon as she stepped up to, like, lead things when Z was, like, out fucking cold, I was like, that doesn't seem right. This seems sketch. Meanwhile, the US military presence has been increasing. A fleet of Navy ships is amassed around the island, presumably to function as a blockade, preventing more ships from arriving. This has stemmed the flow of new recruits coming in, but more importantly, it's resulted in an unofficial embargo. Soon we'll need to consider how to cope with supply shortages unless we can figure out how to disrupt the blockade. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I'm working on it. And the power situation? Right. As our secretary mentioned, we had that unfortunate power disruption. Electricity, as I'm sure you know, is not generated locally on this island. It's supplied from the mainland through to underwater cables, regrettably putting us at the mercy of whatever the energy company decides to do, or worse, what federal authorities talk them into doing. So, as the textbook maneuver goes when it comes to any hostage crisis, which the feds are surely viewing this as, albeit on a much larger scale, they attempted to shut off the power. People on the island were understandably quite upset, so Secretary Abby kindly put out a distress call, and the backlash by our fellow Jubilites was rather intense, to say the least. Many forms of pressure were put on the energy company until they relented and restored power to the island. Pressure? Yeah. Everything. You name it. Threats, bribes, mass gatherings around their facilities and offices. They quickly realized it wasn't worth it to antagonize us like that, even if the feds were insisting on it. It turns out, our movement may have more leverage upon such institutions than even most government agencies do. Of course, the tremendous financial resources at our disposal make things like this go a lot easier. Oh my god, it's the fucking Dharma Initiative logo from Lost. Holy shit. Holy shit, that takes me back, like, over a decade. Wow. It's a covert, para-governmental experimentation thing from an old TV show from like 15 fucking years ago. It's complicated. Of course, the tremendous financial resources at our disposal make things like this go a lot easier. I really must commend you and Secretary Abby for accumulating so many assets with such a skillful implementation of Praxis. I can't imagine anyone else in the movement has been as successful with the technique as you have. But then, look who I'm talking to here, the inventor of Praxis herself. They're getting sketch. They're starting to pick up on it. They're starting to pick up on it. Whoa, okay, let's slow down here. It's good y'all got the power back on. That was important, obviously. Would you say you're also spending money to make shit happen now? Yes, we have been. All with Secretary Abby's approval first, of course. I have also been recommending a significant allocation of resources to a newly formed marketing wing of the Jubilite movement. I'm not sure if you've been tracking the metrics. What am I saying? You've been sick in bed, but you may want to take a look. Our following around the world has exploded since your phenomenal evacuation strategy, combined with my marketing methods. I did notice, actually. The numbers have really gone haywire, but I guess getting worldwide attention for conquering an American summer colony will do that, and whatever shit you're doing with the marketing, I'm sure that's good too. How much have you been spending on it? Oh, many millions, but don't worry, according to Secretary Abby, it all represents a minuscule portion of the movement's total assets. Yeah, I thought it sounded okay. We have so much now, and we've hardly done anything with it. What could it hurt? Yeah, this is all totally fine. Actually, it's very good. It transitions nicely into the next section of the manifesto. It does? I was gonna start distributing it after the evac stunt, but I got shot in the leg and then knocked on my ass by the Rona, so the advanced Praxis shit got delayed, but it really sounds like you got a head start on some of it without realizing it. So, what is it, actually?
Well, once you get completely insane amounts of money from your marks, like we've got now, you just keep rolling that money over into new schemes. The money makes everything easier at that point. Doing stuff like you already just did to solve the power issue. You apply pressure. You can buy people off or use operatives on the mainland to twist people's arms into doing shit, or even both at once. Mostly, this was meant to be applied to more financing schemes. For instance, we run through our trusty old political donor list, find some big names, target their money guys, like their financial firms or whatever, and look for weak spots. Nerds who move the money around, buy and sell stock, whatever it is they do, and just apply pressure. Wave dollar figures in front of their faces that they aren't used to being paid, and threaten them with consequences they're in no way equipped to handle. A few million in bribes here to pry loose a few billion in assets there, and you have a good return on investment. Oh, yeah, this makes so much sense. It's so exciting that I was unwittingly anticipating the next phase of our operation. I'm really sketch about Joculin. Guys. Yeah, basically, it is the next logical step, isn't it? Lol, not to me. I had no idea that's where this was going. It sounds really ambitious. So does taking over an island, doesn't it? Yeah, which... I mean, that's been pretty dangerous too, and now it sounds like you're pushing a campaign of, I guess, stealing from as many rich people and companies as possible? Yes. I'm not opposed to it, it's just, my parents are one thing. I felt like, I don't know, like that was sort of a fun game. But this... Are you sure we can handle all this? Secretary Abby, not to worry. Remember, that's what you have me for. It's perfectly alright if you didn't have the same natural foresight into advanced praxis which I did. I'm here to complement your position of command, to expand upon it, to make you even more effective. Yeah, I don't... I'm getting bad vibes. Wow. We all have our skills, don't we? Supreme Honk Effect Z, or oops, just Z, I mean. She's a great visionary, the glorious clown mother of all that we celebrate here on this island. Whereas I would like to see myself as a very skilled administrator. Someone who can handle all that boring stuff with money, logistics, planning, and whatnot. And you're good at... Well, you have an incredible social media presence. And you're super pretty, and you have a beautiful horse. So you see, we all have something to contribute. Each of us is like a puzzle piece that fits into the big picture. And if it pleases you, Z, I could simply carry on with what I've already been doing so effectively. I could oversee these advanced praxis initiatives you were envisioning. Just say the word, and I will begin building teams to carry out your orders immediately. So, you want to be in charge of advanced praxis, huh? Yeah. This is sketch. This is sketch. This is sketch! Z, say no. Say no! Please say no. Fuck it. Yeah, why not? No, Z, your movement's getting hijacked. You're getting pushed out. I'll publish the chapter soon, but this material needs to stay internal for now. Can't be too public about it until we have a lot of plays in motion. Don't want to tip our hands too early. Get back to me tomorrow when you have a plan. We can talk about it more then. I gotta go home and lie down. My leg's still killing me. Abby, ready to go? This is... Yeah, no need to ask for permission now. She's just in charge. It feels good to get back to our expensive wine dinners again. Just like old times. Old times, yeah. Shit's only been, what, 2 months? Christ. Yeah, wow, it feels like fucking years have gone by. Wow, that's a fucking COVID mood, honestly. Are you sure you're good to be sitting out here like this? You can always go lie back down if you're not feeling well. Nah, I'm good. I need to, like, force myself to get back to normal. Things have held up pretty well, but TBH, the vibe of this scene has gotten pretty weird in my absence. Yeah, that new girl is like a lot. I'm trying to remember where she even came from. Didn't you appoint her to Ring 3? Yeah, I did, but she kinda quietly moved up the ladder after some positions got shuffled around. I hardly remember hearing anything from her at all. She was mostly quiet and just like idle, waiting for instructions like most of the others. Now she's this chatty fucking Kathy all of a sudden. Well, she stepped up when you got sick, and I had no idea what to do. She's been such a huge help, actually. It might have all fallen apart if it were only up to me. Not saying she isn't doing useful work. Of course, she wants to overachieve now that she's got the spotlight, and the stuff she's doing will probably undeniably help the movement. Like with the advanced prankster shit. I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't go out and shake down a whole ton of money from a bunch of new suckers. I'm just saying my alarm bells are going off with her, and I'm not sure why yet. I just have a spider sense for these things. It's probably not good for your health to get too caught up in paranoia. I think she's most likely just a nice girl who got inspired by all the stuff you wrote, and now she's trying really hard to impress you, that's all. I can kind of relate to where she's coming from. No, Abby, that's not what this is. Oh, so that explains our friendship, huh? You just been trying to impress me with your sexy wiles and charms to end up second in command of my seditious clown empire? Lol. Yes, you figured out my master plan. I saw you in that restaurant waiting tables one time. Was like, now there's a girl who's going to cause Nantucket Island to secede from the Union with a clown-themed social media campaign. You sure know how to play the long game, betting yourself as a high-ranking official in my impromptu paramilitary circus for years just for your shot at getting that lesbian kiss out of me you've always been after. Lamau, stop. Please don't mess with me like that. It's so mean. Well, I'm done trying to put moves on you, I swear. Just trying to take care of you. You've been in such bad shape and got yourself in so much trouble. Well, we both got ourselves in trouble and need to take care of each other until we can, like, survive this? I know, I'm just joking around. I'm always just joking. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I just joke around when I'm stressed about stuff. You just need to relax. Don't think about all this garbage constantly. At least take a break from it all at night. Other people can worry about the hard stuff for you now. That's what all your... obsequious? I've never heard of that word in my life. Obsequious clown helpers are for. Here, let me top you off. Yeah, I don't know if I should drink this. I'm kinda fucked up on pain meds. Oh yeah, good point. Well, more for me then, lol. I don't remember you being this much of a wine mom before all this. I must have done this to you, didn't I? Ugh. No, I've just been so stressed. I've never been through anything in my life what the last couple weeks were like. With you sick and dealing with the government and my parents and the fandom and the media going ballistic over this, I've had to find ways to cope. I'm sorry. God, I should have thought it through, what this was going to be like for you. Don't be sorry. I've been right here watching how all this unfolded. You got fucked over by cops, and all you wanted to do was fight back, and that, like, got all mixed up with your new project. Probably no one out there can possibly understand the truth about why you felt like you had to take it this far, but I do. Yeah, that's always been the problem. When you're under attack by murderous assholes with all the power and laws on their side, you can roll over and die, run away, or whatever, or you can fight. Once you start fighting, the question always is, when do you even stop? Then you realize you can't, because once you start, you establish yourself as a threat to them, and they'll stop at nothing to put you down. So it turns out you can't stop fighting until the threat is completely wiped out, or they'll just keep coming. Then the question becomes, who's they? Is it just the police? Well, who the fuck do they work for? Turns out they is really the whole system, all corporate and state power. Minty, they kissed earlier. It was really unhealthy. If they constantly show they want you dead if you're willing to fight back at all, then what choice do you even have but to keep fighting to the death? Yeah, literally, they kissed, and, like... you mean... Okay, maybe.
But, like, Z was literally like, look, I use sex to manipulate people. I don't want to have that kind of relationship with you. So, like, I can vibe to, like, Z laying that shit down. Yikes. But, yeah, you're totally right. I can see it now. It's not like I even wanted this. Taking over a whole island? That wasn't really in the blueprint. They forced my hand, though, and I'm just tired. Well, the Rona really wiped you out. I know, I mean, mentally, too. I've spent the last 2 weeks in and out of a COVID and pain med fog, but that day I got shot, some real serious shit happened that day, which I had barely any time to process with my rational brain. Yeah, you lost a lot that day. You found out about your mom, then Percy. I felt so sorry for you, but haven't known what to say. Do you want to talk about it? Man, which one? Both of those topics are two completely different conversations. Either one you want. I'm not prepared at all for whatever the conversation about my mom would be. As for Percy, don't know what to say, it just sucks. I know you always like to tease him, but it seemed to me like you actually really liked him. It's okay to mourn for a person you cared about. I don't think I liked him like that, though. It's more complicated. Isn't he still on your unlock screen? Oh, yeah. I don't know, it sounds like you did like him like that. Abby, Percy was my soldier, and he died because of me. He died for this cause. He died because I sent him down this road, and he never even knew what I was signing him up for. Your soldier, huh? Okay, if that's how you insist that's how it was. I misread that. Okay, if that's how... Oh, okay. Words, brain bad. Okay, if you insist that's how it was. But just remember, I'm your friend, and you can talk to me. You don't have to run away from your feelings forever. I'm not running away from shit. It's the truth. It's true about all those people, about all these people here. And all over the world now. They all signed up for something I started, which could end up very badly for everyone if I fuck anything else up. But it's not like I can just stop. The fate of too many people depends on me now. And the forces we're attacking here legitimately are quite evil. So I can't shake the feeling that this is all important work to be doing, in addition to just being a necessity of survival. And then my insane dreams keep reaffirming this. Dreams? Yeah, they've been getting more intense. You mean the same kind of dreams which inspired your manifesto? Yeah, I had some more while I was sick. They're more vivid than ever. He speaks to me more clearly now. Who? Riotous, the mythical clown god my brain made up, who is probably fake, but now I'm not even sure about that, so maybe I'm going crazy. Or maybe it was just the disease wreaking havoc on my mind. I'm sure that's what it was. I don't think you should start drinking your own Kool-Aid on this lore. I mean, it's neat and all, but I'm not that serious. I think it's just my subconscious talking to me. But it's very lucid stuff. All this material I'm spreading around. It's like a vision from some other place, and it feels like it all has some intense need to spread itself throughout the universe. Like colonizing the world, overwriting our various nations and cultures, but without any actual invasions. Instead, it's more like it's being channeled through me from a place we can't even comprehend. So you mean like imperialism? Isn't that bad, though? I thought your manifesto was on record as saying that all sucks. It does, the kind that's been practiced on Earth. And if aliens sent ships to Earth and conquered us, that'd be bad too. But I think this is something different. I have no idea if it's good or bad, really, but if it catches on with everyone and turns out to be what cures this planet of shit like injustice, economic inequality, and all that, could it really be that bad? I don't think I'm qualified to answer that, but it
sounds a bit like a rationalization. Maybe the kind that more traditional imperialists have used to justify expanding their own influence in the past. Like, they could have said, if only we invade this poor country or that one, just think of all the boons our advanced society could give them. New science and medicine or whatever, or new forms of morality because our religion is better than theirs. Stuff like that, you know? Yeah, you could be right. I gotta stop thinking like this. Like, these are anything but weird dreams, or telling myself this is all any deeper than just some story I wrote. It's just a story. It's just a story. Ugh, it's driving me crazy. So stop thinking about all your clown lore for a little while. Just rest. You're still recovering, remember? No, it's not even that. It's the clown girl, Joculin. It's still gnawing at me. Where do I know her from? I have no idea. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I just figured it out! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I think I know what's going on. Oh shit! To be honest, there are just way too many fucking clowns for me to even keep track of anymore. And they all have clown Sona names and faces, and sometimes people even change to different ones. So who even knows who anyone is anymore? Wasn't that the point? Your manifesto says it's all about the, like, malleability of identity. Like, take total control of who you are. Nobody else gets to decide, not your parents or the government or whatever, right? Yeah, still, just have such a weird feeling about it. You should just try to sleep soon. Let me clean up, then I'll help you upstairs, okay? Yeah. Something occurs to you. It was that tattoo. Oh, I think she's starting to put it together. Haven't you seen it before? Wait. Then it hits you. Yup. You open your now massive list of haters. You scroll all the way to the top where the oldest antis are. Then you click. The one you click on is the very first, actually. Yup. 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 I figured it out. I figured it out. It was one of her, like, fucking, like, antis coming back to bite her. Joculin couldn't really be... Could she? It is. It's her. This was the first bitch who canceled you. And that's chapter 6. It looks like if we keep at this pace, next stream will be the end of this. For now, let's see who's available to raid. I want to throw this train somewhere. Let me just, real quick, see who's online. Oh, hold on a second. Where's my cursor? There's my cursor. And real quick, I'm gonna save. Oh, I can't save until after this. Okay, never. Chapter 7, it never even stood a chance. We're not going to start this. I'm gonna save once it gives me the opportunity. Come on, come on. Fade out already. There it goes. So we're gonna save, and then I have an idea where we're taking this. So, it has been a while, but
old friend from before I really started streaming. We are going to stream Mama Samu. She's a cosplayer and a professional streamer. She streams her making cosplay costumes a lot, but right now she is streaming the new Mass Effect trilogy remake. So we're gonna throw things over to Samu. I'm really excited. This is my first time raiding her since I started streaming again. And let me just get this all set up. Okay, and so social. I got my words mixed up. Okay, social. So, thanks for hanging out. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. YouTube VODs. I have a lot of VODs I need to put up. I'll be getting on that. Okay. And, oh, whoops. I'm a member of the VTuber group DigiBento. Follow us on Twitter. Join the Community Hub Discord. Check out B, Minty, Zamixi, Duper, Viry. You know, all these this rainbow constellation of beautiful people I surround myself with, who I love creating content with. We have a Clips YouTube. You know, just do all the things. And yeah, we're gonna throw things over to Mama Samu, old friend. It's been a while. I hope she's doing well. And remember, Eureka! Now, let us launch this crazy motherfucking train. Right now.